I'll make you famous.
Because I'm a cowboy! Oh, man!
And now, your mama knows.
29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
What are you, fucking nuts? You thought...
Subscribe to the most epic channel on YouTube for live streams every week. Daily videos. Subscribe. Bruce, unleash the baby god dragon. What's going on, guys? I want to welcome you to something very special, the And Now Your Mama Knows All-Purpose Champions. And what that is a membership for the channel. It's $2.99 a month, and with $2.99 a month, you will get virtual videos. That's right, guys. What I'm doing is something different that no one else is doing. So for that $2.99, if you have any type of business, anything you sell, anything you want to promote, whether it's a YouTube channel, a social media page, I will make a custom video specifically for you, and I'll be illustrating everything that you tell me to. I'll add links to the video. It's going to be in a playlist, and that way it'll literally be your own personal advertisement. Also, guys, we're going to be doing member shout outs. So the people who are members, if you're an all-purpose champion, I'm going to have your name all over. I'm going to announce your name in multiple videos. Don't worry, guys. The world will know that you are an all-purpose champion. Something I also want to do, guys, that's going to be awesome and monumental is I'm going to have early access to videos. That's right. If you're an all-purpose champion, you'll be able to watch certain videos before anybody else. Also, guys, I have emojis and badges. And the cool thing about the badges are the longer you become an all-purpose champion, Guys, you get the upgrade from badges to badges to badges. So you can show everyone else your cool badges and why you're an all-purpose champion. Well, guys, thank you. And I know you all can't wait to rush out and become a Now Your Mama Knows all-purpose champion. So I'll see you guys in the next video. And now your mama knows.
And now your mama knows.
Age of them all, Wrestle. Woo! Eric's still hype. I'm still hype. And guys, it's cool to do this recap show. I just wanted to get with you guys and see what your thoughts were. Last week, Thursday, we did a prediction show. So now it's actually come back and see what our predictions were and just kind of talk about the different matches. So we're just going to recap and everything. So if you're new to the channel, I'm the Cowboy, King of Entertainment, and this stream is gonna be epic for one reason and one reason only. Because I'm a cowboy! Oh, man! Guys, make sure you check out my WrestleMania 40th video. I vlog everything in my life since 2011. Every birthday, Christmas, Valentine's Day, my honeymoon in Mexico back in 2011. No, when I get married. No, I got married in 2015. Sorry. It's on there. Us swimming with sharks. God, my life has been on there, and so it was really cool for me to put my WrestleMania video. So guys, make sure you check it out. But with that being said, I'm gonna grab a chair. I hope you grab a chair, and we're gonna get in here. My first guest to pop into the show is a wrestling fan, and not only just a wrestling fan, but he's a wrestling man because he was actually a wrestler himself. Once upon a time, running to the ropes, left and right, back and forth, drop kick, flying out the ring. He did it all. He did it all. And it's none other than Energy Crisis. So I want you guys to get up out of your seat, get on your feet, and give him the most warm ovation you can. Let's go. Energy, what is going on, my brother?
What's going on? What's going on? I had to make up for last week. I fell asleep and showed up an hour and a half early, so I had to get in ahead of everybody else today.
Oh, man, not a problem at all. You came on. You had some great responses, and, man, it was cool. But I can't believe WrestleMania is over, bro. I can't believe it's over. Like, it happened. It's over.
What a wild weekend. Jesus. Like, that weekend was, yes.
Dude.
And
wow.
See, and I went back and watched last week's stream earlier today because I got curious to see who was the most accurate predicting.
Right.
I don't know if you wrote anybody's predictions down.
No, I didn't.
Okay, so you.
Okay, well, before you say that, let me bring in none other than the guy who claimed to be more of a wrestling fan than me, and I had to check him because he was being disrespectful because they ain't know what he was talking about. But now he's the guru of wrestling, none other than my ex-partner from the Big Mike and Little Ant show, none other than Big Mike is in the building. Let's go.
Yo, what's good? What's
up,
people?
Big Mike, with your WrestleMania shirt on?
Oh, yeah, still got it on, baby. You know, from the thing.
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good, man. I suggested this. I said we got to do a wrap-up show, man. It was so big, so epic, so much happened. we got to try to get through it. At least a quick wrap up show, bro.
Yeah, definitely. Let's do it. So, I want to also bring on my next guest to the show. This person was a die-hard Roman Reigns fan, but this person knew that what was best for business was for Cody Rhodes to become the new WWE Universal Champion. So bringing out none other than my lovely wife, Sandy Beaches.
Hey, Sandy.
In her Randy Orton attire.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that was gonna be your brother at first. We said diehard Roman Reigns fan. I thought it was gonna be
he's beyond. Before Mania,
yeah,
we was on the phone for 3 hours. I'm like, bro, I asked him a simple question. I said, bro, just you tell me. I reversed it. He was like, if Cody wins, then what's gonna happen in WWE? What good could happen? I said, okay, I'm gonna flip it on you. If Roman wins, you just tell me what's the next feud? What's the next match? What are you excited for? He was like, it doesn't matter. Roman just needs to win. I'm like, no, tell me, bro. He couldn't even answer the question. But anyway.
How does he feel now since Mania? Have you talked to him?
This guy, you know what the first thing he said? He said, let's see how fast Cody flops.
Oh my God. He's such a hater. That's it.
Oh man. But yeah, actually, you know what's crazy? He actually just had surgery last week on his shoulder as well. So
wow.
that's probably why he's not on. Because I remember the first couple of weeks I had no shirt on for the whole time.
Yeah.
What could you do? But anyways, so Sandy, what's up? We're back at it. Also, we got our show later on today. Guys, if you want to get crazy and wild, we got the Cowgirl and Cowboy adult community game night. Is not for children. We always have to repeat that because it gets crazy. But yeah, make sure you guys check it out. Pushed it back to 8 o'clock because want to do this show. So it depends. I don't think this show should be that long. We're just gonna go over, this stuff. But Energy, you were wait. Before I do that, hold up. Let me throw my glasses on. And let me say what's up to the people in the chat before I move forward. Sanchez was in the building. You're not late, Sanchez. Tony's in the building. So I love The Rock when I was a kid, but seeing him return was kind of cringe. Think he should stick to movies and give up the wrestling gig. His time. Well, I do like the Final Boss thing, and I think he could pull that off, though. Let me see. Huntress is in the building. What's going on? Let me see. Said Energy Crisis in the house. He is in the house. Let me see. Bio said if you watch Raw live, they changed the loading screen, booting up the. No, actually they did that before Raw. They did that at
Mania.
Yeah. So yeah. So you know what's funny? That PlayStation gamer actually inboxed you the link on Discord. So instead of just putting it on here, I didn't want any random people to jump in like last time. So I'm trying to protect it a little bit. But so click on that link on Discord. All right, let me see. Hunter said, what's up to Sandy? Listen, Huntress, we should be meeting you this year. At some point, we'll be in Florida, and we will be coming to meet you guys. It will happen. I'm either going to die or move to Florida. One or two things is happening in 2024. Just saying. Let me see. I'm either going to die or move to Florida.
She waved, but she didn't want to be on camera.
Bio said Roman crybabies. All right, so Energy, go ahead. You said you wrote some stuff down. You watched it back.
Yeah, so I ran it back. Like I said, I got curious as to who was accurate, who wasn't. How the stats run out from our predictions last week. So starting with Cowboy. Actually, Cowboy and Mike, both of you actually went 6 for 6 on night 2. Both of y'all perfectly called night 2 every single match.
Okay. Yeah, we were agreeing a lot.
Yeah, Cowboy, you ended up getting 9 matches total right. Mike, you got 11 right, but I had to ding you a half a point because you called Rock was going to pin Seth and he pinned Cody.
Oh, okay. All right. That's fine.
Yeah. TPG got 7.5 right. I put that half in there because he got one of the tag teams in the ladder match. He said the awesome truth.
Energy. Speaking of TPG, that PlayStation gamer is in the building. What's going on, man?
Just remember, ladies and gentlemen, when TPG makes a prediction, it's not a prediction. It's a spoiler.
Apparently not. Based off what you got right.
as much as I don't want to agree with TPG. I mean, he only got 7.5 right, but he was the only one that called that Andrade was going to get replaced. Replace
Dragon Lee was going to get replaced with someone else.
Yeah. He called that Andrade was going to replace him. Even though I don't think he had called it, but he was like, I'm surprised they haven't replaced Andrade. I was
Well, yeah,
like,
especially since they're trying to make him a
Well, he was actually
big
kind of
deal.
He was like, it's gonna be Carlito. We was like, what? Did you watch Smack?
No, I didn't say it was going to be Carlito. Fuck no.
And
Carlito's too old.
For everybody that called how the tag team match on night 1 was going to end, he was the only one that specifically said Roman was going to pin Cody.
That wasn't right though.
But yeah, everybody else said Roman was either Rock was going to get the win, or no. He said Roman was going to pin Cody. Never mind. I gotta. Okay, yeah. Okay, never mind. Forget I said anything. Nobody said Rock was going to pin. Nobody said Rock was going to pin Cody.
So the tag match, right? On night 1.
Mm-hmm.
I
was way
4
off.
of these damn things on the card.
I was perfect.
Yeah. You called it, right?
Yeah. So our truth and
Yeah. So energy, pull that one up.
Yeah. Me and Mike both called that tag team match perfectly. We both said Awesome Truth and A-Town Down Under were gonna get the belts. Yeah. Everybody else said Awesome Truth. Like TPG said. No,
Look,
Sandy said.
Energy can't even hear you talking.
No, Sandy said Awesome Truth was going to win, and she didn't care who got the other belt.
To be fair, I don't think we knew going into it that the titles were going to be separated.
Yes, we did.
Well, we kind of did because they said
you knew it by the way Michael Cole said it.
Yeah, the way Michael worded it. He said
the match ends when both titles are pulled down.
Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, everybody was making predictions. TBG said Awesome Truth was going to get both of them, but he said if it was 2 teams, the second one would be DIY. Cubini said it would be Awesome Truth and a Judgment Day. Reigns said it would be Awesome Truth and New Day.
But technically, the Judgment Day does have a Raw Tag Team Championship. He just doesn't know he's not part of the team.
Actually, he got a point though.
Yeah, he does. Hey, even the fans were chanting, "Yes, he is."
Does know he's part of the team.
So in the end,
our truth is just a national treasure, man.
So in the end, Cowboy, you got 9 right. Mike, you got 10.5. TPG got 7.5. Cubini got 4 right before he went AFK. Sandy got 9.5. No, I did not ding her for saying Naomi was going to get the pinfall because it's Sandy. I got 10 right. I did call that Priest was going to cash in, but I thought he was going to fail on it. So yeah.
And I predicted
and
that.
And then Rain got 1.5 right.
You predicted
you said it was going to happen on Raw.
Listen,
yeah, you said it was going to happen on Raw.
I said, listen, this is what will be cool to happen. If CM Punk, screw him, and Damian Priest come out, I just thought that would have been cool.
I love the way it played out because it playing on a Mania like that, and then CM Punk screwing him out of that #1 contenders match just adds to that so much.
How did Punk screw? How did Punk?
Hold on. Just to be clarified, me and Sandy both beat Anthony. Just want to clarify that again.
Oh yeah, and me.
It's not CM Punk's fault that Drew McIntyre spends more time trolling than wrestling.
But it's okay. You beat.
First things first. I want to recount.
Anthony beat TPG. He beat Cubini.
Well, anybody's gonna beat TPG. That's not. I don't brag over that.
The only 2 people that didn't beat TPG I think me you had a
one-on-one match.
I just want to say though, Rain, how the hell were you in the chat the whole damn time and you didn't make no more predictions after you bailed out the chat? I got to put that out there.
So here, let's do that.
Giving them hard time.
Over each match.
So you guys ready to kind of go through it?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Oh god.
All right, so let's pull them up, and they did swervers though, right? They looked like they was picking the same order.
Dude,
but
can I just make a quick little note here? The crowd was almost dead for night 1.
That's because it was cold as hell.
Yeah.
Dude, how many times on TV they mention the fucking weather? I'm like, Jesus Christ, I didn't know this was WWE Presents the Weather Channel.
Yeah, they talked about the weather all night.
It must have been freezing that night.
Man.
So the lady,
it was cold down here in Mississippi that night. Shit.
So the lady who was next to me, she went the night before, her and her husband, and they said it was so much warmer our night than night one. So they had a blanket with them night two. They were like there. It was so
they had me thinking. I told Sandy I should bring a blanket because how cold they made it sound. But it was I was just like, you know what? Let me just bring my big coat.
They told me it was bone chilling cold night one.
So
Y'all
remember,
people
guys,
from
once we
Philly
get
are
started,
weak.
so guys, once we get started, we'll go in order like we did before. Let everybody get a chance to have they say so, and then we'll move on. And then after everybody speak, if we want to rebuttal something somebody said, we can have our freak for all. But pretty much we're just recapping our thoughts and everything. Yeah. So let's start off with Mommy versus the man. Did anybody say they think Becky was gonna win?
One person did. Yeah, Rain did. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I think they had a decent match. I don't think it blew me away. But I think
I will. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I'll make it. I mean, I don't have much to say, and we could go right in order, so you'll be next. I think it was a good match. It didn't blow me away, but I think it just made sense to keep it on Rhea. Rhea's on fire, and then one of you guys said last week she really didn't face many really tough challenges. So I feel like now maybe she should start facing some tough challenges to really cement that legacy, and maybe somehow. I feel like the Judgment Day is pulling her down a bit, is making her not as, that Rhea Ripley beast when she first won. But good stuff, man. It was definitely good stuff. But go ahead, Andrew. You could jump in there.
So I will say, hell of a performance by Becky going out there. They said she was running 102 fever all week and had strep throat. So good on her for pulling through and soldiering through that one. Both of these women threw down. They just continue to amaze. Mommy always ends up on top. I love that they got that feud with Liv lined up for her right out the gate. The little backstage segment on Raw was great, and I continue. If I'm right about it, I cannot wait to see Jade Cargill and Mommy throw down next year at Mania. That to me, that will be such an amazing match. I'm already hyped for it, and it's a whole year away. And I don't even know for sure that's what they're building to, but I just got that feeling that would be the smart play,
Nice. What I'll do also is we'll do like we did before. So we'll let Mike go next, and then Sandy will go, and then TPG could go.
All right, real quick.
I could go last.
Okay. All right, cool.
Real quick, I think it was predictable for her to win. I agree with you, Anthony, about the Judgment Day holding her back a little bit. I feel like she can have a face turn almost, but she can't because of Judgment Day. So it's kind of weird because she's so popular, with the crowd. Did y'all hear that noise?
Oh, that was my neck. I'm sorry.
All right. Anyway, the match was only okay. I feel like last year with who was that? Charlotte was much better match actually. But Becky did do the best that she can do. I don't agree with not TPG with Energy. I feel like they're gonna build towards the Jade and Bianca match for next WrestleMania, stuff like that. But Mommy, Liv Morgan seemed like a next challenger, and I don't like that for her. I feel like it's a lower step for Liv Morgan. So I'm with you, Anthony. She needs more challengers. I feel like better challengers. So that's my thoughts.
Okay. What about your TPG?
Just so you know, I can hear someone's listening to the stream in the background.
Oh, it's probably my wife. Yeah.
I hear it too.
Okay. So I'm listening to this.
Yeah. So my thoughts on this match. I mean, it was good. I'm gonna be honest. I was more excited for this match than most of the matches on night one because everything just.
I'm muting my mic.
It was a good match. Rhea Ripley, Mommy's always on top, and I do kind of agree with Big Mike. Her facing Liv Morgan now is kind of a step down, but then again, everyone's a step down from the man. Let's be real. But I love the interview she gave at the press conference where she was talking about the 4 horsewomen. They did their thing. They were great, but it's time for the new generation to step in. So WWE, you gotta start making more believable people to take on Mommy because I don't know how long she's gonna be on top for much longer. Who knows?
Danny?
So I think for Becky being sick, which was what I was going to mention before, I think Mike mentioned it. I think the match was good. Maybe they could have did more if she wasn't under the weather, and that's why it wasn't like maybe what it would be.
Right.
But I think for her being that sick, that match was pretty good. And I'm glad Rhea won. I do like Becky. I am a Becky fan, but I think it's Rhea's time. And Liv Morgan, I do like. And I'm gonna say, what was it when they were all in the match together? It took forever for her to get thrown out. What match was that again?
What do you mean? Oh, the
Royal
Royal Rumble?
Yeah. So I mean,
she was final 3.
showing that she can hang in there. So I feel like she's not that much of a step down. Like they're trying to promote her more. So I feel like I'm with that. I'm all right with that.
Yeah, she was final 3 in the Rumble and last 2 or 3 in Elimination Chamber.
Exactly.
So,
And not for nothing. I don't know if none of y'all was gonna bring this up. I thought you was going to. Bro, that chair shot to the back of the head when she was just walking the chair, it hit her clean.
Yeah,
I was
Like,
laughing.
that was-
Definitely hit her right on the top of her head.
I was laughing because it looked funny, but being in that position, I can tell. Well, yeah, that one stung.
yeah, we rewinded. We was like, damn.
Yeah, it came out of nowhere too.
Yeah. What's up, Cubini? Cubini, I actually sent you the link to join earlier on Discord. So if you want to join, you're more than welcome. But all right, cool. I mean,
I
any
will
guys
say
got
about
anything?
that chair shot too. I love what they did with the camera following the action there, and when
One take.
Dominic pushed it away, they followed it through the arena. I love
Yeah.
little production stuff that they're doing with.
Oh, they're
with this
definitely
new
changing
team.
things up, and it's actually kind of nice. It's
Yeah.
a refreshing.
Stuff like that is real fun to see.
I like it, like how they like had the camera like above the ring. It's like you every
Mhm.
once in a while see that shot. I'm like, yeah, that kind of makes me feel like I'm playing a game.
Yeah.
Come on, Rhea.
So, let me see. Sanchez said, Jade versus Mommy or the tall Hispanic chick, which is Michelle. Or hold up, what's her first name again?
And
I was about to say
Raquel.
Raquel.
Rodriguez. Yeah,
I think she
And
might
then-
be done though. She's like really sick. I think like she might be done.
I
for a
feel
long
like she
time.
could be a beast.
Yeah,
No, I
she
mean like
could.
she's sick though.
They
She was, like,
could
how much-
definitely build Raquel to be a main event
They
contender, but the
definitely
problem
can.
is like her injuries are starting to catch up with her, from what I heard.
If they
And
make
Mike,
her go, if they make
I'm
her go
sorry.
heel, she'll be scary.
And Mike, I'm going to push back a little bit on the Jade and Bianca stuff. I think them two are going to be basically playing the babyface role together for the next year, and at some point, maybe around Mania 42, they'll work their way up
42.
to. Yeah,
Uh,
I think they're going to slow build Jade and Bianca because I think people want to see that more. But
Yeah,
I think Jade
but
and Bianca will be a good team together. I
Yeah.
think Bianca can help Jade because I guess we'll
Yes.
get to that when we talk about her match. But I think
women's
Jade's kinda
tag
like,
team match.
But
Not
I
great,
think
but-
I think next year is people are going to be at that point where they're kind of tired of seeing Mommy on top, and they're going to need somebody to dethrone her. So I think that'd be a good time to have Jade come in.
I have somebody for you.
Oh, guys,
Honestly,
Tamina.
it will be cliche if Mommy still's holding the title and
And
runs
Charlotte.
into Charlotte because
Yeah,
she beat
Charlotte comes
Charlotte.
back.
that's what I was thinking. Charlotte's rematch. I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah,
But
And
but
I'm not
Charlotte
saying
said
Jade-
she's
I'm not saying Mommy got to win, but that will be the history is there.
Yeah,
Charlotte said
yeah.
the other day though she's kind of proud of Rhea for stepping up and running with that like she has. So
Oh, dude,
Yeah, man.
there's a reason why she's on top.
One thing
Yeah.
Charlotte love is chasing titles. She'll be back to get a rematch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mike,
Yeah.
did you see the the post show
Yeah,
after night one?
yeah. What about it?
Like, well, so I like that Bianca was like, listen, we told each other whatever spot is for somebody is for theirs, and they was like, we told each other not to let anybody put us against each other. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
well, that's all we did is say Rhea versus Bianca versus Jade. But they was like,
Mhm.
listen, they kind of got like a synergy going on. So I think energy
Yep.
might have a point where
But it's the
they
long
might
story
just-
building, right? You build them as a team now,
True.
and then you got a kayfabe.
Women's tag team
turn on
I mean,
each other.
obviously, at some point, that's gonna be a thing.
I mean, how
But-
But I
how
think- I
long
think
was
it only
Damage?
takes 1 year and stuff like that.
How long was Damage Control together?
A couple
Yeah,
years.
like a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they were a
How
faction.
long? How
Not-
long?
not-
How long has Judgment Day been together? They're going to split them up eventually. How long was the bloodline together? You can slow build that.
You know, okay.
You can build history.
People keep saying they're going to split up the Judgment Day, but it's like if anything, it shows like they're stronger than ever.
You can build the longer you keep a team together like that, the longer you can build
want
history.
Bianca and Jade. People want Bianca and Jade this year at Mania.
Yeah, but that was because of that face down at the Rumble.
Yeah.
But
I think to build a story.
I think the better story right away to tell would be the Jade and
let's
Rhea
get into
story.
I
don't know why though. They don't have any heat or any history though.
Not yet.
Let me do this. Let me bring in none other than Q Beanie Gaming because he was on here with us last week. Q Beanie, what's up, brother?
What's up, guys? How's it going?
Doing good. So we want to move on a little bit, but give us your recap for this match.
I enjoyed it. The right person won. I did hear behind the scenes that both of them were sick or something like that. So I think they put on a good show either way.
There you go.
Well, Becky was sick. Rhea had the wrist injury.
Yeah, Becky was sick. Yeah, that's what I heard.
And that wasn't even behind the scenes. They said that on Mania.
Oh, okay.
I kept reminding us.
Michael Cole did annoy me though. He kept saying something about what if Rhea was still wearing the wristband? Was she still wearing the wristband? Like
I just want to briefly talk about this. So Rhea Ripley's band, I don't know what the fuck was wrong with them, but the guy was getting cut off by his own damn music because they kept playing it in the background while he's singing, and you could tell like he's like struggling like to keep up. And then there's a comment. Michael Cole says, "Oh, they did a good job." Pat McAfee says, "No, they sucked." And then he like cut his mic right there. I'm like,
that's because McAfee's not a metalhead.
Pat McAfee.
Let's move on. Or we're never gonna.
That man's.
We're never gonna get off of mommy.
What match was next? I remember.
It was the
ladder match.
The 6-man, ladder match. Yeah,
ladder match. All right.
I was pretty sure that was night. I was pretty sure that was night one. Or
night one.
Oh yeah, that's a Saturday. So,
all right, go ahead, Anthony. What's your thoughts?
I mean, I thought it was good, but I will say it was lackluster compared to other ladder matches. I feel like for the most part, they played it safe. They gave us a good match. They played it safe. The craziest spot was probably where New Catch Republic both did a backflip off the ladder on each side and land on everybody. But I thought it was entertaining. Favorite part of the match was R-Truth was asking to be tagged in.
That was great.
That was great. Miz tagged him in, went along with it. The cool thing is the match starts, you see both titles separated, hung up, so it's like clearly you know what this is. And I mean it was fun, it was cool. I don't have any gripes about it. I think the people who won was good. I don't think any of these teams in there, I would have been like, no, man. Like, I think every team could have won it. I would have been cool if the New Day got it. I would have been cool if the Judgment Day, it was crazy and they kept one. It'd have been like, wait, what? That would probably be my least favorite thing. But I liked it. You know, I thought it was cool. What about your energy?
So I didn't expect Waller and Theory to get up that ladder and get those belts within like 2-3 minutes of the match. I figured that they would be the last ones to get it. I know there were some scary spots in there, like that Razor's Edge into when he Razor's Edged what was it, Tyler into Pete. That Johnny Gargano tornado DDT to the outside through the table was flipping scary. But good on the referee, Jessica, trying to get Priest's attention to let him know that ladder was giving me a freaking heart attack because I saw it when it buckled when Kofi jumped off of it. And I was like, I looked at my wife. I said, that ladder's fucked. They need to get another one in there. And they kept climbing it. And then by the time the Miz got on it, you could see it. I was like, man, somebody's going to get killed on that thing. But good on her for pointing that out and getting a new ladder in there. And of course, R-Truth, man. There's not enough good things to say about that dude. I'm happy he finally got his WrestleMania win, man. Good stuff there.
Nice, Mike.
Yeah, I'll go. Yeah, I'll start with Truth. Like, I was happy about his win. Like you said, the best spot was the hot tag. That was so good. I love how McAfee said, "Great win by Truth." It was clapping. Like, you know, I think that was great commentating for McAfee. I felt like that. I'm with energy about the whole thing with Waller and Theory. I was like, yo, it was like bad, like weird, like booking to me because like they won so fast, And then I know they got rid of Waller, but like, where the hell was Theory at the rest of the match?
It was almost like they were hurt and they had to find a way to get him out of the match early,
But the Theory was fine, I think it was like.
Well, I mean, Waller, like, put him through the ladder, let him lay there.
That was smart, but the Theory was like, he's like disappeared. Like, all right, we got titles now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's also weird because it's like the way they did it. It's like the one team that does win so early, they don't get to celebrate their win because they won first. So it's kind of like weird with that too, how it is. But I don't know if this whole obviously the titles are split now, so that's a good thing. But the whole dueling thing is kind of weird. But overall, it was okay. It wasn't the greatest ladder match, obviously. Like Anthony said, it was just okay.
I agree on the split titles being a good thing because the division's so deep on both shows. Good stuff there.
TPG.
That was a good match. Was generally laughing because of R-Truth. That man, like I'll say a million times, it's a national treasure. Was kind of shocked how quick Grayson and Waller and A-Town won because I was like, damn, that was quick. But then it's like I did like how like they kind of played with the idea of like, well, wait a minute, not everyone's a heel. So hey, you guys take these titles, we'll take these titles, we'll go on later. But no, the right guys won. I think SmackDown finally needs to have their definitive tag team that isn't called the New Day or Usos. So, yeah.
And awesome TPG last week said it was going to be the bathroom break match.
Okay, to be fair, it was the bathroom break for me because I was falling. I had to go real bad.
It had some spots, but go ahead, Cubini. Or wait, did you want to jump? All right, go ahead, Cubini.
I enjoyed it. There were a couple spots. The one I'm so bad at some of these guys. The one where the two guys threw the other guy through the ladder, hanging across the announce table, and the ladder split in half. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
The Gargano, his team. Oh my God, those two are crazy. I didn't know they were like that.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it overall. It was fun. The right people won, I think. Not much more than that, I guess.
Okay, Danny?
I thought it was entertaining for the most part. I love R-Truth. He's hilarious. So that was really good. I'm glad he got the win with The Miz. As far as A-Town and Waller, I don't really care for Waller. I'm not a big A-Town guy, but I do think they could pump him up and make him into something if he lost Waller. Like he was alone and they did a good storyline for him. I think he could be something. So, that's my opinion.
Cool. To go to the comments, Bio said maybe Theory and Waller will be champions until Clash at the Castle, and then New Catch Republic will take the belts from them since they will be in Scotland and the UK is close. So
I can see that.
And then Holtz is in the building, and he came for Sandy's take.
Or Dandy's take. One of them.
Which match was next?
It was the it was the girls, the three black girls. What you call them? Black
Magic,
girl. Yeah, Black Girl Magic.
Yeah. You know what? I mean, this was super predictable. This went how you thought it would go. Unless you would have thought like I said, either they just win straight up or maybe somehow get Jade and Bianca somehow out of it. But at the end of the day, I mean, it was what it was. I don't think it was nothing too crazy. It was kind of what it needed to be, I think. Just, they played it safe, let Naomi do most of the work, brought Bianca in, and then let Jade finish it off. I think, this is what it is. There was no point for them to lose again, unless it was some type of shenanigans and, build some beef. So what more can I say? I think that after it at the post show, it was a bit like too silly and going on and on. I feel like they can't be doing that on camera. They got to control themselves. I'm sure it would be better because this was them supposed to be like just being real. And it was a bit like high school girls getting together. And I was just like, yo, can somebody answer the question? Like, but good stuff. I mean, Damage Control at the end of the day, they're still tag team champs. So either way, doesn't matter.
Yeah, but the titles weren't even on the line.
Right. So I'm just saying, like, so they still, they still are tag team champs, even though their leader, we'll get to that later. But go ahead, Energy.
I think really, this was the only decision to make. Yeah, Bianca and Jade, Naomi, those girls, amazing workers. I hate that Asuka still doesn't have a Mania win. She's 0-6. And
Damn.
I kind of wish this match wouldn't have been a straight squash match, but then again, I mean, let's face it, when Jade wrecks the entire team by herself a couple of nights before, yeah, there's not much you're going to do against these three beasts. Like these women are phenomenal.
I'm kind of with you on Asuka. We've seen Asuka beat Nia Jax and much bigger people than these people. So Asuka, they kind of downplay how good Asuka is and stuff like that. So
yeah, but they said Asuka was injured too. So
yeah, but I do feel like that. The match was 8 minutes total. It was what it's supposed to be. I'm with Anthony on like the after the post show stuff, but that's neither here nor there. I feel like watching Jade, like she was in there like 2 minutes total. She needs a lot of work to me. Her mic skills are horrible, and this is one part of her. But I feel like even in the ring, like there's a lot like she can desire. So I think she does need to like be one of these girls, maybe Naomi. Because I feel like Bianca's a star. So I don't know about Bianca, but I feel like that just to be like under their wing for a little while and learn a little bit before she can go like on her own.
Oh, that pin after the Jaded though.
I mean, yeah, but what about the rest of them? You know what I mean? It's a lot. Like we watch her. It's like
there's stuff to work on, but you know we got time.
And I haven't really seen her sell yet either. Even AEW, like I don't know how good her selling is as well. So. I don't think they've ever made her sell at AEW. Matter of fact, so like,
well, she's supposed to be like the Goldberg, right?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
All right, TPG.
Was kind of falling asleep during this match. I'm being honest because I was just like
it was only 8 minutes.
Yeah, that was a quick 8-minute nap because I was like, oh, cool, because I was I was awake, but I was like, oh, I know exactly who's gonna win this. We all called it because it was so freaking obvious. And I agree with Big Mike that Jay Cardell. I don't know if I'm sold on her yet because like. There's just something about her. And maybe it's the Eye of the Storm stuff or her mic skills, but like it's it screams Vince McMahon era shit. But whatever, I don't care. I think Naomi should have got the pin because she's awesome. I
think Jade's just a fan of the X-Men.
But like to me, I just want to say this real quick. I think Naomi's one of the most underrated women in that fucking company. That woman, she is fun as hell to watch in the ring. And yes, she's got a big butt that doesn't hurt. But, like, no, she's actually athletic. She's actually, got the mic skills, too, when she wants to deliver. This is a problem with booking someone too strong, though. They're making Jade almost too invincible. And it's like, we need to put her invincible so she can get knocked down a couple of pegs. That's my thoughts.
Cubini?
It was all right. I mean, it was definitely a potty break match for me. Yeah. The two things I did notice, I don't remember the damage control chick, the taller one. What's her name? Jade?
Dakota.
Is that her name? Dakota. Thank you. Yes, she did not get out of the ring when all the other three came out. Apparently that's an issue. I don't know. And then I did notice that Bianca, when she did the hair slap thing with her hair, god damn, that was loud.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
That was actually supposed to be a callback to her match with Sasha Banks a couple years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, but this one was louder.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was loud. I was like, holy man.
They didn't tell her, hey, you need to cut your fucking hair because that shit's getting lethal.
Did they put a microphone inside the tip of that thing? Like, jeez.
Man.
But yeah, it's pretty much a squash match for me. It didn't phase me either way, unfortunately. Oh, and I do think that Jade is absolutely feels like a Vince McMahon product. Absolutely. And I don't like it.
Sandy?
I just think they gotta show me more of Jade. It's not that I don't like her, but I feel like I just haven't seen enough of what she can do. You know what I mean? Like they just kind of are letting her get her build up, I guess. They gotta build her up. But the match was mediocre. I mean, it wasn't anything like where it was like, oh my god, remember that part? Besides like the hair, and it was just kind of like you knew who was winning. So it was underwhelming for me.
I just want to say I think I like what they're doing with Jade. I think this is what you do with somebody you want to be big. I think the only problem is she's conflicting, right? Her character is really heel. Every time you show
Right.
her, she's real arrogant. She's
Right.
real obnoxious. It's me, 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 me. I'm better than everybody.
But that's just part
I've
of the
been here
girls'
for
club.
2 days and I'm better than everybody. Yeah, I got to build up to my level, but she's with two good guys. So I think that's probably the issue. Like, I mean, her presence, her taunts, or her her taunts, her
Let's guess what
poses,
they're saying.
everything
real
is
quick.
heel to me. She's like a female.
Bianca tends to do that too from time to time. Though.
Nah, Bianca's a super
She
baby
has
face.
some heelish tendencies. I mean,
I want to say
like
this.
like
Bianca's
TPG
like
just
John
said,
Cena
using
to
her hair as a
women to
whip.
me.
That's yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
say-
Jade
I'll say
reminds
if it was more
me.
of the heel, I would like her better.
I think people would
And her mic
probably-
skills suck. They probably better as a heel. That's the other problem.
So yeah, I don't think her mic skills suck because when she first was presented, I'm just paying attention to the character she's present herself. I know they
She's just
paired her
miscast.
up with two good guys, but I feel like she's still not babyface to me. So for me, I feel like she's where she needs to be. But if she was a heel,
They need to change her storyline. Make her
yeah,
heel.
yeah.
Here's
And
my thought
kudos
here.
kudos
if
on
I
them
did-
for not taking the
But-
easy way with Naomi too, because they could easily throw her in the bloodline. She is married to Jimmy Uso.
Oh my God! Did you just say the bloodline?
Who's never gonna do that?
We got
Guys,
enough new members of the bloodline coming. We're good.
Well, that's what
I
I'm
think the
saying.
blood-
Kudos
I
on
think
them
the
for not
bloodline
just
is
taking the
better.
easy route and throwing. Because I mean, every faction has a female member except the bloodline, right?
I'm just
There
gonna
is
say this
no
right now. I
bloodline.
think
The
they're
bloodline
building.
ended.
No,
I think they're
no.
building
No, there's
towards-
2 new members coming, sir. No,
Yeah,
No,
Oh my
it's
God,
not
what are
over.
we talking about the
Jacob-
deadline?
Jacob
Yeah,
just
thank you. All
signed.
right, well
with them.
let's move on.
Well, I would
yeah,
just want to say this real
Fatu.
quick.
Yeah,
I guess
Well,
something real quick to
NXT for
say.
like another year.
I
though.
think if they want Jay to be a heel, make her a heel, and then when Charlotte comes back, Jay versus Charlotte, because she is
Yeah, I could
given
do
up- she is totally given up cocky Charlotte
great
Flair
match.
vibes.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The Battle of the Egos there. Yeah, that would be a great match.
Which one was next? Y'all remember?
It was the worst match of the whole show. The Usos was next.
Yeah, how do they fuck these two have such a
Oh
sleeper?
my God, yeah.
Man.
You know what's crazy? All right, so let me start this off. I think who was that? Somebody was saying that them being a tag team, chemistry is great, but they probably never really
Fought each other.
fought each other. And I think they thought they were doing a great job. I think the whole back and forth kick each other in the face they thought was cool. I think
The fans were into the live fans were into it.
it was 3
What?
spots in there, and I think it was cool at the end. The whole screw job. He was like, "Please, no, no, no." He hold him up, and then he hit him, and then and then he just went for the dirty pin, and then Jay was like, "Okay, I can't trust you." But yeah, I really thought Jimmy was gonna win. I thought he needed to win.
Mhm.
He did.
But it is what it is. Because look at this. Now Jay is number one contender for the world title. So
damn straight. Yeet.
so I guess but it was definitely probably the most poor match. I'm surprisingly shocked that match was so dull. I can't believe it. You could not have told me that the product they gave us would have been that dull. But I'm always the one to say I'd rather get something than not. So for me personally, I'm glad I got to see it and they didn't do it. So that's my thoughts. Energy.
So yeah, I think I'm right with everybody else on this one, and it disappoints me so bad because I've actually been in the ring with both of these guys, and they are so freaking amazing. There were so many things I was expecting here, and it didn't hit. Like the live fans were in with the yeet no yeet. I think they were kind of banking on that a little bit, but it's crazy that the craziest, the best, most memorable spot of this whole match didn't happen until the next night in the main event.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. I kind of agree with. Everybody. I thought it was the worst match. Like you can't do that many of the same move the whole match. Super kicks is like and you making a super kick like such a irrelevant thing by doing it that many times and stuff like that. And it's like I don't know. It's just like they had the same move set. That's a problem. I feel like, and I feel like them as a tag team. All the little like blind tags they would do and tag team moves. That's what made them great. Them single against each other. That might not be the story. And also, one more thing. It was too long of a build-up. They first started beefing like 8-9 months ago, and they moved Jay to a whole other show, so there was no heat in the middle for a long time. So I feel like that kind of messed it up too a little bit. But
yeah, they could have built them up better in the Rumble too, starting 1 and 2.
Yeah, but even before that, like from August to the Rumble, they had like no heat,
and they hardly interacted.
On, right, because Jay was on Raw, and he was on SmackDown. Now you bring it back. It's just like it took too long to kind of build it up to me. But
yeah, TBG.
Man, that's all I gotta say. I literally was not watching it because I was like, at first I was like, okay, yeah, this is the match I want to see. And I'm like, I'm gonna take a nap again. That's just. I'm sorry. I love Jay. I love Jimmy, but this was not their night. They were off. It's like something was off. It's just like you could feel it watching the match. So
okay,
maybe we'll get around to at some point. They'll actually be good this time.
One more thing real quick, Anthony, about the Jay to Jimmy thing. Yeah, it's good. Jay is the number 1 contender now, but I don't know where Jimmy goes from here now because Roman's gone, Rock's gone. I don't know where the hell Jimmy goes right now.
He's gonna be Solo's bitch now.
yeah, Solo's gonna be the head of the table. Yeah. So
Solo's like, he's like 0-35 this year. Nobody even cares about Solo anymore. So I don't know what.
How many times has Solo talked?
Go ahead, Cubini.
Yeah, I don't know much to say. I honestly, their 2-minute spot on night 2 was better than this match.
Right.
And they didn't do shit in night 2, but that was so much more entertaining. So I don't know. It felt rushed to me. It felt like they just had to do something. They didn't want to leave them out. They wanted to get something in. I don't know. Even the build for it was kind of weak. I didn't like the little promo video with them back to back. I thought it was kind of cheesy. I don't know. It could have been better.
Sandy?
This was the sleeper match. I agree with Sanchez. They could have did this match first because it was just so
not first.
Underwhelming.
No, never put your
Sanchez
worst
said
match
this
on
would have been
first.
a match when people was walking
Sanchez
in.
He
said when
should have did it first.
No, he said
like a pre-show match. There you go.
It would be a match when people are walking into the stadium.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's how boring it was, and it's a shame to say that because I really like Jay, but the two of them together fighting each other, just like everybody's saying, like they just don't have chemistry like that. They're better as a tag team, and they should have just never broke that. It was underwhelming.
I think I know how this match could have been built better, and it would have started at SummerSlam, but they screwed up so bad. They should have had all the tribal elders there to let everybody in the let everybody in the bloodline know. Let everybody in the bloodline know if anybody interferes in this match, they're exiled from they're basically outcast. That way, it would have kept Solo out. It would have kept Jay and Roman as a one-on-one. Have Jimmy interfere anyway. Basically, I don't give a damn. And basically, when them two split off from the bloodline, let Jimmy keep going everywhere and causing chaos and mayhem throughout the locker room and pissing everybody off. But while Jay is building up what he's been doing, I think it could have had such a better build.
And we could have had Solo as a freaking referee. That'd be great.
Something,
something to mix it up.
Hey, at Iron Mania, where Solo Sikoa has more to do with interference than he does with having a match.
The thing is, I'm not that bothered with the build-up. I actually did like the little video, but it was cheesy. I just think they just needed to have a better match. That's all. I think the thing is, what Mike said is pretty cool. When you think of video games, right, I like to sometimes look at it that way. They really do have the same movesets. So you almost felt like you just watched. It was like one person fighting themselves.
Right.
And which is cool because they're twins for a tag team. But it was like, oh wait, you guys aren't going to do anything different. I'm gonna hit you with that move, and you're gonna hit me with the same move.
Well, Jay added a spear.
They did so many super kids.
Yeah.
Right? They don't have different moves than each other. So it was like, oh, this is gonna be cool. I'm gonna kick you, and you're gonna kick me.
Yeah.
It just wasn't.
And can I say too, how surprising was it that we didn't see Solo at all on night 1?
There was.
I don't think he had nowhere to be though. I don't really think. I don't think
he had
it
2 matches to be.
So for fans, he shouldn't have. Because the thing is, if he showed up anywhere, he would you would be mad if he showed up and didn't interfere. That'd have been weird, right? So I feel like don't even put him out there. So I feel like Jimmy and Jay should have had a straight up, right? That this is a match they wanted their whole life, right? So they at Mania, so they got it, right? So if Solo was standing outside, you almost would have felt like if he didn't cheat for Jimmy, it would have been weird. So keep him away. And then I think the whole thing, you got like he would have tainted the Rock's victory, the Rock and Roman victory if he was out there as well. Because
Rock tainted his own victory.
And, well, also you would have felt like, why didn't he cheat? So, but so I think his spot was perfect. He was the first person to come out and try to screw over, Cody. So I think he played an important part at Mania. And I think the way his character is, he just don't need his own matches yet.
So the interference thing, before we wrap it up, I would have did, but what I would have booked it, I would have had Rikishi come in and try to get him to like beg Jay to stop beating up on Jimmy, and then when Jimmy like finally agrees to have Jimmy screw over Jay and then beat him. That's how I would have booked it. And then it would have been like, Rikishi's involved,
if you watch,
Jimmy gets the win, and then you get a rematch at Backlash. That's how I would have.
Yeah, but Mike, if you'd have watched Rikishi's podcast, he was very much in support of this match. I think there might have been some confliction there if they tried to pull that off, unless he had to edit his podcast to make it look that way.
Well, what Mike was saying, like have Rikishi come in there and like, I hate to see my boys fight, and why y'all doing that? Well, you ain't got to do them like that,
Right.
Maybe do it that way, sure.
Yeah. He was saying that if he was just beating on them, But
on the podcast, he supported them fighting, so I don't know.
No. Mike said if one person was just beating the hell out the other person nonstop.
Okay.
If it was a one-sided fight and it was essentially a squash match.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
All right. What's next, guys?
Was the Intercontinental title match, right? Yeah.
Oh my God.
This was actually good. Like I was into
this was
story.
A banger.
I want to hear Anthony's thoughts on this match because he was so surprised. Go ahead, Anthony.
All right, so wow.
And I think you said Gunther was gonna win.
Wow, I thought, I knew that the one thing I wanted to see happen was Drew win the whole Mania card, right? That's what I need to happen. But this is the one thing I just thought, like, I didn't really need to say that because there's no way Sammy's beating Gunther. So the only thing that annoyed me a little bit, the moment it happened, my daughter came in and walked over in front of the TV to Sandy and was like, where's Pierre at? And then all of a sudden I'm like, all right, whatever. And I turned like, what just happened? Literally. I was like, but I don't even know what to say. I mean, at the end of the day, it was a hell of a match. So honestly, him winning, I'm just shocked. I didn't think Sammy was the guy, but I think my son was saying something cool. My son said he feel like Triple H is giving paybacks. He feel like Triple H is like, you know what? Whoever did some really good stuff, now I'm gonna reward you. And so I feel like Sammy, to me, still was the reason why the Bloodline was the best story when it was. And I feel like this was his payback for helping one of the best storylines in wrestling. Like, you know what? I'm going to really get you back and let you beat Gunther. But I thought it was crazy that he lost at 666. I was like, oh, that's creepy. But I don't know. I can't really say much that I'm super shocked. But I think after watching Raw, long as Sammy keep clean cut and don't look all like a bum, I like he's coming out with his family and stuff. So I also say this. I think the era of people having belts forever is gone. I wouldn't be shocked if Sammy lose it in the next couple months. I wouldn't be shocked if anybody lose their title in the next couple months. So, it was a great match. I'm just still shocked. So go ahead, Energy.
So a few things to touch on in this match. There was a lot of history here. A lot of people might not realize on the independent scene when Gunther first hit, when he was still Walter, his first real long independent major title reign was ended by El Generico, Sami Zayn. So these two had amazing chemistry together already going into this. I love that they're building Sammy up. 2 years ago, he was losing to Johnny Knoxville, but for the last 2 years, he's been ending ridiculously long title reigns. So I love that they're building him up to be that guy. And that finish, there's a psychology in wrestling, and the Undertaker's mentioned it. So many guys that have gone to different companies, TNA, AEW, all these other promotions, will tell you that the WWE will teach you how to do things the right way, and this was a perfect example of it. If you watch AEW, there's top rope brain busters. There's Canadian destroyers all over the place. These big, brutal finishing moves for absolutely no reason. But if you're going to bust out a move like that, bust it out when it means something, when a title's on the line at WrestleMania. Sammy hit that top rope brain buster and Gunther sold the shit out of it. It looked like it rung his bell. And then to catch 2 haluva kicks right after that, very beautiful finish. I can't say enough about this match. Sammy got his ass whipped, hung in there, and came out with the dub. I loved it.
Mike?
Yeah, I was surprised too and shocked. I didn't think Sammy was the guy, even though I like Sammy. I didn't think that he was the guy. I like that his family was there. That should have been like a dead giveaway too, a little bit, and also that the whole KO thing, like on the back on his way down, on the way down there. I thought Gunther was, but I think it's more about. I mean, when your son says Anthony about the what do you say about the giving back or whatever?
Feel like Triple H giving people paybacks.
I think the payback was for Sammy losing to Roman in Canada last year, and because he was so close in that match.
Hell no! Listen. Ain't no way in hell. If I thought Sammy shouldn't beat Gunther, then 8,000,000% I didn't think Sammy should be beaten.
Yeah, but the fans wanted him to beat Roman that night. They were on for him.
Watch him lose to Chad next week in his hometown.
He won't lose to Chad next week, but I will say this though. To your point though, I think Sammy injected life into the bloodline story when it needed it desperately, and then let it go on like a whole nother year. Honestly, so Sammy's been doing his thing. That brainbuster was crazy. I don't like his little like Hulk up moment. He having like a seizure on the floor. I think it's like weird. He stopped doing that shit. It's like, but I feel like the ending was surprising for me, which is a good thing for WrestleMania. So I think Gunther will go on to. He'll get drafted. Well, I don't know where he's gonna wind up at. He'll challenge now for somebody's heavyweight title at some point. So we'll see what happens. But moving forward,
TPG.
Me? Oh man, I fucking love the psychology of this match. I loved everything about it. I even like the stuff before the match started, where you see him with his kid, and I like how his kid's like, I would go see it on the TV. It's like, oh yeah, because they don't want kids out there because they have to wear headphones and shit. Kevin Owens. I love also this. There was no interference into this. I'm sorry, I hate interferences because they kind of take away from the moment. And here was like the ultimate underdog story. Gunther, the longest reigning IC champion in history, up against a guy that no one wanted to see in this position. We wanted Chad Gable, so ironically enough, in a smaller position. And just I wasn't the biggest fan of the almost looked like he was having a seizure in the middle of the ring, but I kind of like get the psychology of that. Like he's just not giving up. He's just gonna keep coming. He's gonna keep taking those hits. And then when he delivered that top rope, you call it a Canadian,
brain buster.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god. And then the Hulu kicks. Yeah, this was to me my favorite moment at WrestleMania, just because. I think Sami Zayn essentially has taken Daniel Bryan's position where Daniel Bryan used to be. It was like the underdog. But man, I love that, man. Sami Zayn.
I was about to ask, is Sami Zayn like this generation's Mick Foley?
He kind of is in a way. He could take those hits too, which is crazy.
Not the hardcore part of it, but the other part of it. Yes.
Yeah, but I mean, he's just such a lovable guy. He
that part
doesn't dress like a champion, but you can't help but love the dude.
Yeah.
But as far as Gunther,
he's not Cactus Jack, but he's like Mick Foley. Like
as far as the no interference, that's kind of Gunther's shtick, right? The ring.
Yeah, because he's part. It's so weird because people don't mention. He's actually part of us.
Let me let Sandy. It's her turn.
Oh, my fault, Sandy. Go ahead. Yeah.
Listen, y'all all didn't believe in my boy Sammy. I just want to say that. That's the underdog. I told you he was gonna win. That's my boy. I liked him since day one. And I still like him now. Listen, he might not be like the clean cut, oh, that's the champion dude. No, he's just himself, man. And I like that about him. And he's a hard fighter. He's good in the ring. He could take hits. Trust me, he's gonna do good with it as long as they let him keep it. So.
Yeah. You know what? That was very well said. And,
there were 4 of us, and
well, do you guys know the original rumor was that actually this was supposed to be Gunther versus Brock Lesnar at one point?
Yeah.
So, see, but it wouldn't have been as cool then, right? Because it's like, oh, Brock's gonna win, but
Brock wouldn't have won.
No, Brock would have won. Yeah, they was gonna
Brock
have
would have
it
won
over.
easy.
But
Yeah, it sounds like he's coming
move,
back.
Let's move on because it's actually yeah,
It's the main event time.
Like damn,
this is
crazy.
part of your guys' adult stream, part 1.
But let's see.
Yeah, we got less than an hour for that.
And the next match,
main event.
I have to reschedule the adult stream for Thursday.
the next match was last match. Oh yeah, hold up, we got this.
Yeah. Oh damn!
Don't tell your
match.
wife.
We skipped that
I
match.
forgot about that one.
No, let's just recap it real quick. I mean, I think we just added
No,
all this.
we got
extra
a
stuff.
correction
about
here.
Brock
Just
Lesnar.
say, let's just pretty much cut it down to like, yo, I like the match because of this.
Yeah.
Move on.
That's all. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I was shocked that I don't know why it didn't hit me that why would Andrade lose his match at Mania, but I just really thought that they were gonna Dom and them was gonna win. So it did shock me. I don't know about the big dudes from the Eagles coming out. I feel like that was lackluster to me. I guess because I don't watch football, so I just felt like that wasn't necessary. But maybe it made a WrestleMania moment. So for that I was like, okay, yeah, it gave a WrestleMania moment. But I mean, I'm either way. It didn't matter to me which side won. Their storytelling is going in a good direction with both. It's up in the air on where they're going to go, what's going to happen. So I'm dying to see on Friday what's said now. You know what I mean? And then also, I just thought Carlito was going to turn on Ray, right? So so let's see what happens. But I'll just leave it there. But go ahead, Energy.
So, yeah, all of our predictions were kind of thrown for a loop whenever Andrade replaced Dragon here. There is a way you could have done it where Dominic pinned Rey Mysterio and it wouldn't have made Andrade look weak. But I don't know. The Eagles coming out of the crowd. Now, when Rey got the 1, 2, 3, don't think I didn't catch Carlito on the side of the ring, slap it and mouthing the words, "You got to be fucking kidding me." I still think they're going to do a heel turn on him. But yeah, they're slow burning it. They're saving some things for after Mania, which I do like the restraint. But I don't know. Something just didn't hit with this match with me. And I will say too, like looking at those Eagles players next to Zelina and the size differential there, my God.
I'll be quick. I think I did pick Ray to win. I thought it was going to be Dragon Lee in my picks, but I think they're still going to have another Dom Ray singles match at some point. So I feel like Dom needed to win here. I do feel like I like the fact they had a show Rhea telling Dom that now he got to go after Andrade now because Andrade turned his back on him. So that was good, storytelling for that. But besides that, it was just a match. Whatever. So.
All right, TPG.
Oh, I'm sorry. What? I was falling asleep during this match too. I mean, it was okay. It was a good match. That's all I gotta say. Although I didn't I predict Dom would win?
You did.
They did dirty Dom dirty, man. Okay, bad pun aside. Yeah, that's all I gotta say.
All right, Sandy.
I think I said I wanted Dirty Dom to win this one. They changed up, put Andrade in there. This wasn't really like a match where I was like, oh man, I couldn't wait for this. It was just kind of like, it's just a filler for me. So it was all right.
Yeah, Mike was the only one that predicted Rey Mysterio would win this match.
Want to say thanks to Cubini for being on. I know you said he had to pop off, but yeah, definitely chime in. Still looking at the chat, pulling up people stuff on there. So guys, the main event of night 1. Wow. Honestly, I mean, I would like to think it went the way everybody thought it was gonna go, right? Regardless of who got a finish, but it almost made sense to Rock and Roman to win. So we got bloodline rules. I also wanted Rock to get the pin because if Roman did lose, at least Rock didn't come back to this whole thing and get nothing. And even on Raw, it gave him a chance to say, but I pinned you. So he still got that feather in his cap. And that was cool. So I feel like it was perfect. Now, I didn't think he would have pinned Cody. I thought he would have pinned Seth. But either way, good match. Listen, Rock could still go for the for that match was good for him, right? They let him come in and out here and there. I thought he did a good job. I thought everybody did a good job, and I was totally cool with it. And I think it was a good match to end night one. To think that they have 2 nights and one match has implications for the next night, and it's so trivial because in the past it's like, well, that night's done, push it to the side, whatever happened that night, cool, move on. But it was like, oh wait, the main event really affect the main event of the next night, so that was cool. So I'll say that. Not much more I want to say than that. But go ahead, Energy.
I think this match did go how we all thought it would go, but not how we thought it would go. Like I didn't see The Rock threatening to fire the referee. That was hilarious. I think this is probably the best version of The Rock we've seen, and to set up for night 2, I think they made the right call in storytelling. The Rock pinning Cody, beating him down. And like I said, they needed that mountain to climb, and to have him lose the first night just to overcome the odds on the second night. Very, very well crafted story here.
Cool, Mike.
Yeah, I agree with y'all. I think the Rock with the swerve on like being the whole final boss with the referee. The referee like apologizing to Cody when he couldn't stop him from like doing something. I think that was like great, good storytelling. The commentating with McAfee being with the bloodline against Michael Cole, with Cody, I think that was good. I thought the Rock, like I said, he could still go. Like, I like seeing him. He took some bumps. The Rock bottom through the table. He took that spear, which was good. I think the whole psychology of the match was great. I like that the Rock is still like old school, like still like wrestling trunks, where everybody else in pants and shit these days. So I like that too. So I thought the whole thing was good.
Go TBG.
That was a good match. I thought we were actually going to see more interferences than we did, but hey, I kind of felt bad for Seth at the end of the match because he's just like, I was like, yeah, poor Seth, he lost tonight and he's gonna lose tomorrow. But yeah, he's becoming the fall guy. But yeah, good match. Although, one point this out, I didn't like how they had their advertisers everywhere. It's like it was kind of blinding in this one in particular because there was just too much white. But whatever. Yeah.
Oh, you didn't like dude wipes?
Oh god, what the fuck is the dude wipe? I don't
the
know.
dude wipes during the Usos match would have been a lot more funny if Rikishi was in the match.
But go ahead, Sandy.
I like this match. It was really good. I think The Rock pinning Cody is good because if he comes back, it gives them a good storyline to keep going with, like the mind fucks of The Rock messing with Cody all the time. So I feel like it's definitely going to go somewhere later on with that. So I feel like that's why they did that. As far as everybody in the match, they all did really great. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. I just want to say one thing. I thank Energy for bringing up the whole ref thing. That caught me off guard, but it made sense to add into his character of the final boss. And it also made sense to give you a sense of, also it made sense to shake it up. So it wasn't just a straight down the middle, but at the same time, TPG, I'm glad nobody else interfered. This match needed to be just them. And so that little extra layer was like ice, like, wow, that was brilliant. So as far as the wrestling psychology, switch that up. You guys ready for night 2?
Yeah.
Yep.
What a way to start a show.
Bam.
Oh, yeah.
What a way to start the show, and what a way for in like the first second Drew hits his finisher. Like, whoa.
Dang, right off the rip.
Also, I want to say, dude, I was at Wrestlemania. We was there. All right, I'm sorry. I just, it's a bucket list of mine, and it's like I could die and knowing I was able to check something off. That, not saying you can't do, but something that you just can't do every day. So,
listen, I'm still mad they don't play commentary at these matches.
Yeah, this is true. This is true, but we'll get into that because we really did leave and come home and literally started WrestleMania and start watching it at home. And this is why I always say I don't like going to events. But anyway, yeah, man, this match again. Seth is my dude, wearing his shirt. But I wanted him to lose. This is the one person I wanted to win was Drew. I feel like, I get the whole him losing at, him winning at Mania when nobody was there. And I always felt like, dude, he was such a good character back then, and it'd be cool if we finally get it. So, good stuff. They had a hell of a match. I was counting like, damn, how many curb stomps? How many? Like I was going back and forth, like counting them when we came home and we were watching it over. such a good match. But we got to also talk about. I mean, I called this match to the T. Well, I did say I wanted Punk to hit him with the go to sleep. I know people say he can't do that. I'm like, I bet he can, and he did take off the brace. And I called it for Monday, not Mania. But dude, the second cash in at Mania, it should help to make Judgment Day look stronger, help to make even Damian look strong, but to be the world champ. But it also shows that belt can do hot potato, or that belt can go to a person that really because I don't feel like Damian is there. So, but I feel like it's cool that this belt could help bring people up that's maybe just almost there, like a Jay and some other people. But great match, hell of a match. Also one thing we didn't talk about, but really cool intro, right? Came out with the band playing. Drew came out, dun, 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 and then Seth come out with the mummers and whatnot. Cool stuff, man. So yeah, go ahead, Energy.
I will say I really liked Seth's pants in this match. The match itself, it was like you were playing the video game and you just maxed out everybody's finishers and said, "The hell with it, let's go crazy." That was bananas, man. Seth having a rough weekend. I think it was a good call to have Damian cash in tonight. And as far as building up the feud between Seth and Drew, I mean, Drew's hubris biting him in the ass. Very well played. Again, great storytelling here. There was something was said in one of the press conferences. Somebody asked Damian or Priest about living up to what Seth Rollins has built with this belt, and if he was going to wrestle as much as Seth did. And he said his answer was perfect. He said, if you look at last year, I think I had the third most matches behind Cody and Dominic. He had the most televised matches. So if he didn't go out there and continue defending that belt and making it the workhorse championship, that's almost disrespectful to what Seth built. And it was a really, really sweet moment. If y'all haven't seen it, go watch the video backstage after that match, or after he cashed in. Priest walks up to Triple H, gives him a big hug, says, "Thank you for believing in me." I was like, man, that was one of those, like, yeah, you're fighting back tears the whole time watching that. It was really, but yeah, I'm hoping this belt helps build Priest up to that next level. I think he is there. I think he is underrated, and he has been for a long time. And it's time for him to prove it. Yeah.
Nice, Mike.
Yeah. So well, first of all, so where I was sitting at Mania, I was right by the entranceway, so I saw them set up the band, and like where you can't see on the other side, I saw all the setups before they were happening. So like I was like, okay, that's for Drew, that's for Seth. So it was so dope to see stuff you would never see on TV, like while it's happening. Like even like I saw Logan's truck way before anybody else saw Logan's truck. So that was pretty dope. But I will say that I thought that the match was, like I said, a bunch of finishers, so they kind of knew where they were going with that. Drew was going to win. They kind of played up the fact that Seth wrestled the night before a little bit. Punk commentary was good the whole time. Drew's win, it was crazy because like I was super surprised about Damian and the fact that everybody kept talking about him online about like he never cashed in, he was so dumb, had so many chances. I thought that was dope. The whole thing was CM Punk. And like Drew said, when I win the title, I'm gonna throw it in your face, and he did that, but then it cost him. So I thought that was pretty dope as well. Looked like Punk is healing, faster than he should, so that's great. And I thought that to Priest though, like I don't know about Priest still. Like, he's okay to me. Like I feel like the title, like Roman had that other title so long, and then unified it. This title will always be secondary. Like it's like no way it can become like. It's like it is a world heavyweight title, but it's not the world heavyweight title. So I'm with you, Anthony. It can go around, to give people titles or whatever like that. But it's not like you're not like the company's champion when you got this title right here. But it's cool for Priest to get it for a while. But I think he'll because he's a heel. I don't know who he's going to lose it to, but it ain't gonna be Jay. But he'll probably have it for a couple months, I think. So.
TBG.
Love this match. I love the fact they started off WrestleMania with this. Also, just gotta make a note from the tag team match. What the fuck was Seth wearing when he came out? Looked like he had a flower growing on his shoulder. But outside of that, I love this match. It was so awesome. I literally thought Drew was going to win it in like that first second because I was like, no way. They just start off with Claymore. But no, they had a good match. And then the stuff after the match, I found hysterical because yet again, it's Drew McIntyre being an internet troll. And you know, if you guys know anything about CM Punk in real life, he doesn't like the internet. Drew's sitting there going, "Look at this, it's my title, my title." And Punk's like, yeah, it is. And he just had to keep running his mouth. But yeah, Priest cashing in. I kind of agree. I was actually in Cowboy's mindset where I was like, maybe we wait to Monday Night Raw, but nope. Just suddenly do it and then have Punk knock him out. Like, hey. Now I cannot wait for Drew and Punk, especially after what happened on Monday Night Raw, where Punk directly cost him the title opportunity. So it's like, what can I say, man? But you're welcome.
Sandy?
I liked this match. I thought it was really good. I was glad Drew won. Got to put it in CM Punk's face, but that did cost him. So I think, you know, that's just building up to future matches. And that's definitely going to be something to see.
Can't wait for those memes.
What was the next match, guys? It was was it Bobby
Philly
Lashley?
Street fight?
It was, yeah. Oh god.
That's another one that threw a wrench in all of our plans too. A lot of us said the Final Testament was going to win that one, but none of us expected damn Bubba Ray Dudley to be the referee.
Mind. But I told you my boy Bobby and them was gonna go out there, do what they do. Can't really say much. I mean, they did their thing. I mean, it was where we were sitting at. We had a really good seat. Right. But the one thing with wrestling is when they go out the ring, you have to be high to kind of and in the right angle. That's the problem with
that's where I was at. I was like on like the second tier. I wasn't like crazy high, but second tier and I saw everything, bro. It was like a great seat.
I think the problem with wrestling live is you get one spot. Like that's your angle the whole night. Like you can't get up and go. Well, if you get the floor seats, you kind of can get up. But anyway, but long story short, it was a lot going on. Still, you know, I like them. I like Bobby. Well, I like Bobby. And so I was happy they won. I think at the end of the day, no one really cared about this match, so it didn't matter. But for me, because Bray Wyatt screwed him last year out of his Mania moment, it was cool just to see Bobby actually get a match.
Bray Wyatt screwed him by getting COVID.
And I think this match, you know, I felt it should have been at Mania because they had so many chances to have this match. And for some reason, they kept stopping them from having this match. Even when it was the tag match, then no one got an actual pin. Even when it was a one-on-one, no one. So this match was building and going here. And now what I feel I felt the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley, they can be inserted into these good, higher matches. But I felt like now that they finally got their win, hopefully they could be like, okay, now, Bobby, we could put you somewhere where you need to be. The Street Profits, now we could put you where you need to be. So that's what I got to say about this. Energy?
Yeah, I still think that Karrion and his crew could have benefited more from this win. But all that aside, I thought this was a great match. It was better than the entire rest of the feud. Montez had that crazy running dive over the turnbuckle post. That was bonkers. Snoop was absolutely freaking hysterical on commentary. And I thought it was interesting that everybody on the heel side, including Paul Ellering, was performing in their first ever WrestleMania.
Yeah.
That caught me off guard. I figured he managed the Legion of Doom for so long.
Yeah, that's not true. But I would like that. Go ahead.
Yeah, but I thought this match was very well played. I loved the addition of Bubba Ray doing all the spots at the end and coaching them through the whole "what's up" thing. That was great. This was a great fan service match.
So my favorite spots was the Bubba Ray stuff, like especially with the What's Up and the whole. But I more like Montez and them doing the whole Devon 3D stuff afterwards. Like the whole Testify. I love that part.
Yeah.
And then the whole Get the Tables. Ellering, he actually was in WrestleMania 8. He managed LOD at WrestleMania 8. Yeah. So
okay. So they were wrong about that.
Yeah, but what does he do now? That's my question about that right now. Like, what does he actually do? Like, because I'm like, why is he there? You know,
he's like the male valet for the
he grabbed somebody's foot.
Like he never does anything. But nevertheless, I like the fact that girls got involved too.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't like doing nothing because it is WrestleMania and stuff like that. But it was a cool little, wasn't like as bad as like the night one bad matches. So I'll give it I'll give it a C. It was a decent match.
You mentioned the females. I had to throw that one line in there when what's her face got hit with the trash can and Snoop was on commentary saying that was trash.
TPG.
I didn't get to finish the full match. I was watching like half of it, but there was shit going on behind the scenes, so I didn't get to see the whole thing. But I honestly thought AOP was gonna win because they needed to win. But hey, whatever. And for the record, again, Cowboy, me and you are just gonna have this beef forever, aren't we? How did Bray Wyatt screw Bobby Lashley out of a match?
He really did, but we'll talk about that.
Yeah, it's called COVID, baby.
Nah, you listen. All right, whatever.
Bobby who? Bobby Black Brock Lesnar? That's what he kind of is.
Anyways, are you done with this one because you didn't finish it?
Yeah, I don't care. I didn't care about this one.
I still thought that the Final Testament and Karrion Kross should have won. I think it would have helped them more. I feel like, Bobby Lashley's boring as hell. And
thank you.
That's just my opinion. So this match didn't really do much for me. I just felt like they should have won because it would have benefited them more. That's all.
Fair enough. All right, guys. Next was it Bailey?
No.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
No, it was LA Knight and
yeah.
AJ Styles.
You know what? I think this match just did what it needed to do. I feel like this feud just kind of came together quick. I feel like they're perfect to go against each other to have a feud. I feel like LA Knight needed a win at Mania, and maybe this would kick him up a little bit more. Maybe have a little more fire, and maybe Roman not having a stranglehold the way he does will benefit the whole company. You'll feel like there's two titles that you might actually could reach. I feel like LA Knight, this is good for him. AJ's did it all. He didn't, whether he lose or not. Cool. He came out with a new intro, so that was like, oh snap. So AJ got a new song, so that was cool. That was interesting. I got to hear it back a couple more times to see how I feel about it. But this match was, I don't want to say generic, but it was what it was. I can't picture anything. They did what they should have did. You put those two guys together, they did magic, and it was good. Energy.
Yeah, I'll agree. This match was exactly what it needed to be. It wasn't like a snooze fest. Both of these guys went out there. They threw down. They got the crowd involved. They kept the hype up. The right guy won the match. They need to work LA Knight back up the card, especially to silence the people that are saying he lost momentum since the Roman match. And again, who better to put him against than AJ to do exactly that? This was very well all the way around. And AJ was one of 3 people this weekend that got new entrance music.
I think that music is trash. His other song was much better.
I'm not liking. I like Priest new music, but AJ's and Bailey's, I'm not. I don't know. Bailey's might have to grow on me a little bit, but AJ's is probably the worst.
His old song is so good, like AJ.
Yeah.
So it's like that. But
as
far as the match is concerned, the thing about LA Knight is he's fun on the microphone, but his matches are never really that great to me. Like, I don't know if it's because like his moveset, he's like an old school wrestler. A lot of kicks and stomps and like a bulldog here, a clothesline here. Like, he's not really spectacular. But I think AJ always has a good match. So he brings out the best out of people, I feel like. And he does 450 splashes and random ass submissions out of nowhere. Like, LA Knight is not the type of wrestler. So I feel like that it did help him. I feel like that he is moving towards maybe a US title run. But I feel like the ship itself from getting a world title, LA Knight at this point. But I can see him getting like a US title at least, maybe from our boy Logan at some point. That's what I think.
You mentioned sorry to step on you, but you mentioned AJ just throwing stuff together. That Avalanche German that they did, it looked like LA Knight went way too early, and for both of them to land safely. And
it was AJ's backflip that did it though. AJ's made it work. Yeah,
it was very, very well done. Props to AJ for that. Sorry.
Yeah, TPG.
This could have been a pre-show match. I really had no interest in this one.
Damn.
Could have been a pre-show match because it's like, yeah, I kind of agree. It feels like they did kind of just put this one together in the last month. It's like, oh yeah, cool. There's a nice feud here. Here's the problem. I don't care. I'm sorry. I'm not an LA Knight fan as much as some people are out there. I love AJ, but AJ's also getting up there in age. He needs to start talking about retirement because, you don't want to be doing this shit in your fucking 50s, right? So, yeah.
AJ.
Sandy?
I think this match was to kind of like build LA Knight back up because he kind of lost his his big everybody loved him and that he was doing so much, and then all of a sudden he wasn't doing so much. So I feel like AJ was the perfect person to bring in here and have this fight, and they went head on head. It was a good fight. So I feel like this helped the LA Knight fans kind of just get their LA Knight. Yeah, to get all that out again, and, put him back in the spotlight a little bit. So I feel like this is good. I don't think AJ Styles should retire. I think he's still doing great. He looks amazing, probably the best he ever looked. I don't know if he's juicing or whatever, but he looks great, and he still can do all the moves. So what's the point of retiring if he loves it?
It's great. I want to say something to Mike. I don't think LA Knight is going to be would be away from the big titles. One, Roman's not there to keep the stranglehold, and two, you just gave Damian Priest a title, and three, they got on the 26th, the draft comes up. All you got to do is get him on the same brand as the world title, and he could definitely be world champion.
I think so.
Yeah.
For how long though?
No, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Because look, they're gonna switch these belts back.
No, it doesn't matter. Drew McIntyre was champ for 5 minutes and 36 seconds. It doesn't matter.
So you're saying he can be the guy. You're saying he can be the champion. That's two different things.
Well,
yeah. You said you don't see him as. I'm just saying that I do see him as a world champion. You said that you didn't. So I was just saying that part. Because,
when I say the champion, I mean like the guy. I mean, he carrying the company.
Well, the guy.
He can't be the guy.
No, he's not the guy.
Let's
forever champion.
Let's do a little bit of comparison to today versus the Attitude Era. Back then, you had 8 or 10 guys that at any point could hold that top belt and be believable. Now you have twice as many people.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Well, I don't. So here's the thing. I think you don't. I have to disagree because of what Roman did. Roman made you feel like not just anybody could get it. So when I hear y'all say Sammy should have won, I just want to be like, I would just want to throw up on myself. So the thing is,
without Roman in the picture,
go ahead.
Without Roman in the picture, you've got Seth Rollins, you've got Drew McIntyre, you've got LA Knight, AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. You've got
what? You just naming people now. You just saying names now. These are not the guys gonna be on the.
I think what he's saying is those. He feel that. So what I think.
And none of. And nobody
say is without Roman is what I'm saying, and now in some time we'll have two belts that we feel like there's a bunch of people who are on the same level, and at any moment, hey, Jay might just beat Drew, Jay might just Sammy might just beat Jay. I think we do have
Jay's not being Damian Priest.
And back in the Attitude Era, not only did everybody the belt change so often because you had so many people chasing it, and they were all up in each other's games. Right. They were all so competitive with each other.
I don't want to go on course real quick. Back in the era, all those people you saw as top guys, going on NBC Today Show type guys. Kevin Owens ain't going on Today Show. We're talking about guys who are the guy household names. That's what Attitude Era had. Triple H.
Yeah, but I don't. So nobody said you the first person that just said household names. So it depends. You have to say what you're saying. If you're saying that guy, meaning they're going to be the next Hulk Hogan, John Cena. Yes, we're not saying that. Because the word you chose was world champion. So I was just going off of that. If you're saying to beat a marquee dude, then no, I'm not going to say.
Yeah.
It's only Cody, really. To be honest with you.
Mick Foley wasn't a household name, but I believed it when he had the belt.
Number one. He was a New York Times bestseller. What are you talking about? He was
Yeah,
a household name.
But you look at all the other people that back then, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, The Undertaker, Stone Cold.
Do you think LA Knight would be a number one New York Times bestseller like Mick Foley was?
Well, I'll say this.
Maybe,
first of all, Mick Foley wasn't a bestseller during his run. So I never looked at Mick Foley. I never looked at Mick
Yes,
Foley.
he was.
Mm-hmm.
I had the
book. I bought it in high school. He was bestseller when his
guys. I think you just need to. I think you need to accept something about LA Knight.
Yeah, we gotta move on.
You just need to accept. I don't say it real quick. LA Knight's mid card at best.
I agree with him.
I don't think so. I think
he doesn't have to look. He doesn't have to look of champion. Now, world heavyweight champion, maybe, but the guy like when you're doing press and everything, he's coming in with the big gold belt that's got the big logo on it. Sorry, man, I don't see it.
All right, well, let's move on. What was it? Bailey's next.
Big booty
No,
Bailey?
it was U.S. title next.
Okay, here we go. All right.
Mr. I won't lose the damn title ever.
Let's see. I think I personally said Logan would still keep it.
I said Logan.
Oh, fuck Cowboy. I hate you. How dare you say that?
I think all of us called Logan except for TBG. He said KO.
I said KO.
So I think I think they did good. What I was shocked was at the end they still could have Kevin and Randy could still be a tag team. They still kind of buddy. I thought it really was going to explode with them, but they did a great job of not making them have to turn on each other or anything, which I'd rather that to be the case. But I think this was just, again, this was like a feel-good match. It did everything it needed to be. Logan should not lose the title just yet, especially with the whole his brand being a sponsor with WWE. I feel like, it's some inner working stuff. He has a certain face. He's attracting certain audience that WWE regular cookie cutter WWE isn't. So this match just was what it was. I was shocked that they was being as silly driving out to the ring on the thing. And Randy's like, nah, but I think Randy's older in his career, so he's like, listen, I'm just gonna have fun.
A long ass rant, man.
Just listen. You just remember that. Just write it down and remember it. So when it's your turn, you can bring it up. So listen, I think Randy is having fun in his career. Like he did say, Riddle brought out the more fun out of him. So, but I just didn't think we would see that silly side at Mania. So it was cool. The match did what it. Again, it's another match that was just cookie cutter. It did exactly what it needed to do. The right person won, and it hit the mark. But it wasn't special. So go ahead, Energy.
There were a couple, and as much as I dislike two of the people in this match, I will say Randy Orton, at this stage in his career, he is the absolute best at just the silly facial expressions and just making it clear he's having fun. Like when he tried the RKO KO and Owens was looking at him like, really, we doing this now? And he was like, and even the crowd, of course, it had to be Philly. You fucked up. It had to. I had to hear that at least once this weekend. But I mean, this match, yeah, like you said, it had everything. It had Logan Paul getting some ridiculous air. It had Kevin Owens doing absolute silly shit. It had funny interactions. It had two annoying ass streamers getting the shit kicked out of them. I thought it was pretty solid. It was more fun than I wanted to admit.
I think that I was with Logan the whole time. I only had one doubt, and that was because Sammy won, and then he was there when KO was coming in the ring. Yeah. He was like, "Do it too," and they gave me like a little bit of doubt, but I was still with Logan the whole time, only because of that. To me, for that SummerSlam and his hometown of Cleveland, he gonna have a belt until then. I think at least I don't know who he'll face then. Probably LA Knight, I think, in my opinion, but I think it'll be that. I think that the RKO was crazy. The pop-up powerbomb RKO was insane. Randy did say on the show I watched beforehand, it was going to be some special RKO, so now I know what it was. I can see Randy and KO tag teaming, especially against A-Town Down Under, who they already got previous beef with. They're probably like on a for the tag team title. I don't know if they're winning or not, but I can see that for a while. And Logan will come back and forth is what he does. So,
TPG.
Like this match more than I thought I would. I loved when ISHO Speed was revealed and he started barking at Randy Orton. When he puts him through the table, he starts barking back. It's like, oh, these fucking crackheads, man. But no, I didn't want Logan Paul to win just because I don't like Logan Paul. I don't like him as a person. But whatever. Let the guy keep the title. It's a paperweight anyway.
Sandy?
I think this was a fun but really good match. I think everybody did really well with the wrestling and stuff like that. I did think Logan was going to keep it, but I'm a Randy Orton fan. I would have rather seen him have it, but that's it.
I want to say what's up to Obi is in the building. So what's going on, Obi? I was just trying to see if there's anything I needed to read, but yeah, I mean, yeah. So what match was next?
Bailey versus
Bailey, right?
Yeah.
The one I said would burn the house down.
Oof. So to start it off, Bailey had new a WrestleMania entrance and new music. Thought that was cool. New outfit, this whole Egyptian thing was dope.
Had a man carry her down to the ring.
Yeah. What's her name came out, and I never noticed on the screen so I think that was new. The whole double EOs moving and all that and stuff.
That was new.
But her music is dope, so I'm glad it didn't change her music. But yeah, I mean, listen, this is another one. I think WrestleMania, they played it safe as far as we're gonna give the fans. I think this must have been the most fan service WrestleMania. They kind of what you thought should happen, like majority of people think should happen. I think they just listen, we're gonna make you everybody leave there feeling like if a heel won, you probably felt they should have won, and if a face won, you got to be like So good stuff for Bailey. I can't wait to see where she goes with this. Being the champ, and I really don't have much more to say. I mean, this match was again what it should have been, and I still got to hear the music again to decide, what my thoughts is on the music. So, energy.
Yeah, like I said, her music's gonna probably have to grow on me a little bit, but I liked how Bailey and Cody both had some kind of Triple H special entrance vibes with their entrances. Bailey with the guys coming over to remove her wings and cape and all that. And just right from the rip, Bailey looked amazing. Io looked amazing. Solid freaking match. Both of these women threw down, and I'm glad that they kept Damage Control out and one-on-one straight up. This match did it lived up to the hype. I thought I was expecting it to tear the roof off the place, and they delivered, man. Congrats to Bailey. Congrats to Io. I think this match, to me, other than the Sammy Gunther match, was probably match of the weekend.
So, of course, I was in person. So this match was better when I came back and watched it at home with the commentating than in person. In person, I don't know what it was, but it wasn't hitting for me. I'm gonna really say that for some reason. Now, what's funny about this match is, I watch wrestling every week. I'm a wrestling fan. I went with my friend and his wife who don't watch wrestling. So when this match happened and Bailey, when they were like, "Yo, how the fuck did she win?" The other girls doing all type of shit. She's boring as shit. They were mad as hell that Bailey won because they're seeing Io do several backflips and all this shit. So it's funny to me watching a non-wrestling fan not hear the story first and watching just the match or whatever like that. But Io, when she countered the Rosebud and flipped up, I've never seen that before. That was dope as hell, yo. I thought she got it off. I didn't even see the counter happen. That was crazy. And then when she did several moonsaults, stuff like that, I think Io held her own. Io's actually she did some other shit. She did a double underhook into Io's good as hell. It's a shame she can't talk and whatnot because she would be a star. I feel But I am happy for Bayley either way to get, her WrestleMania title win. And like I do want to see where it goes from here. Hopefully they let her keep it for a little while. But I'm hoping they just like let Io just wrestle, like, because she is good as hell, in my opinion.
Being that all three of y'all were there, I gotta ask, how hard was it from the live crowd to tell that Bayley was selling her knee that whole match? Because that was the whole story of the match. She injured her knee.
I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell until I watched it at home.
So that's probably why it killed the crowd.
Yeah, I was like, huh? Yeah, I couldn't tell either. Yeah. I think that's one of the things. I mean, I went back and forth, and TBG about to talk. I went back and forth with you before, Mike. You was like, how are you a wrestling fan? You don't like going to events. This is why. Because you come home and watch it. You get paid all this money.
I see it.
Like, but the maniacs, were singing Bailey's song the whole time. It was great.
I was telling my son, I was like, I've been to a lot of events. And I even said it on this. I said it before. I said, halfway through the pay-per-view, you probably gonna be like, man, I wish I was home. And that's how I felt. Like, it was cool. I was excited. I sat down, 1 match, 2 match, 3 match. I'm like,
I agree with you, bro. By the time this match came, Bayley and Io, which was like the match before the last match, I was ready to go. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was like,
yeah, that's serious. Yeah, I'm not, I talked to my son, and we was talking today. I was gonna tell you that we do want to go to 1 match and sit in front row. I sat in front row once, but I was in the corner, and it was very bad because the ring is higher than your vision. So it's actually not that great. But I told him I would like to go to 1 match, front row, a Raw or SmackDown, and try to get in the middle. And that would be my last match I ever need to go to. But
probably same here, bro. Yeah. Oh, real quick, one more thing. Energy, did you see that part where Io was about to hit the wrong leg that Bayley was selling, but Bayley told her, like smacked her leg and was like, no, you're on the wrong leg. Like, Bayley's so good. It's like a ring general. I want to get rid of that stuff.
These two played really well off each other. I was so happy to see it.
TBG?
I think it was a good match. Sorry, I'm distracted right now. I'm playing GM mode. But no, this was a good match. I was actually pleasantly surprised how good Io looked during it, because I was like,
really?
I honestly thought this was kind of going to be a squash match, to be honest.
Wow.
Like, because it just, I didn't see Io winning. She, to me, and it's going to sound harsh, but I think she was kind of an accident champion.
Man,
like,
Io's so good, bro. I don't know
she's good, but it's like, she's not the big. When I think women's champion, I'm not thinking Io Sky. I thought Bayley. I thought Charlotte Flair. Rhea Ripley.
She can't talk. I agree with you though.
Yeah, that's. I think a champion needs to be able to cut a promo, because you gotta sell me, because you can't just wrestle every fucking day and hope your body holds up. But yeah, Bayley won, and I was happy with that, because I was like, yeah, it's about damn time. She got a WrestleMania moment. The story made sense, so hell yeah, Big Booty Bayley walked out the W.
Sandy?
I really did like this match. I think they both went pretty hard in this match. I'm happy Bayley won. That's who I rooted for. And I just hope they give Bayley the credit, like, putting her on posters now and, signs and stuff, and actually giving her the credit of being the champion she can be. I hope they give her, like, an exciting, like, champion story run, because if not, then it's going to get kind of, like, stale. I just want to see her do, like, big things.
Did y'all see real quick? Hold on, let me go real quick. Did y'all see like the night before Rhea post conference about like the 4 horsewomen going aside for the new girls? But then Bayley was like, "Let me have my moment." Like, damn, what do you mean we're going? Like, it was great. So I kind of like that too.
I think Io could have another run, and I think they could do it better, especially now that they're actually letting foreign competitors use their own native languages. You're seeing Shinsuke talking Japanese. You're seeing like Priest and Dominic converse in Spanish. I'm thinking that could benefit Io going forward if they decide to put the belt on her again. But yeah, this was a solid freaking match.
What I'm hoping is April 26th and April 29th. Everybody who ever hated each other goes on a different show. Like, I want it to be I want the draft. Like, I don't want Bayley after the draft. I want let Bayley and Damage Control be done, right? I just want I want these. I need it fresh. And think about it. Every belt was there was only 2 belts that was retained. Only 2, which was Rhea's and
Logan Paul's, like I said, I said that going in, didn't I?
Yeah. So the cool thing is, let's switch it up, please, for the love of God. But anyway, guys, we got the final match, and is here. Cody versus the tribal chief, the head of the table, and let me kick it off. Man, listen, I said that they have to make this match Triple H versus Sting. They need to have shenanigans. One person run out, the other person run out. And they did exactly what I prayed to the wrestling gods. And they did it great. They had the people they chose to come out when they did. Only one thing was weird, and on TV and seeing it live kind of ruined it. So I mean, messed it up, and I got to see it. When all of a sudden the Shield music hit, I'm literally looking in the ring recording it. So I'm like, okay, I'm waiting to see something. So I turn and look left, turn and look right, and all of a sudden I look back and Seth is laid out. I literally don't know what happened because I didn't get to that match to watch it back yet. And I was just like,
didn't find him.
He literally came in and did nothing. That was awkward. And did he dye his hair? Because it almost looked like when he had
blonder, right?
like the original set. So
yeah,
I didn't know if he did that or not. But
that was a quick dye job.
But yeah, the match, man. Listen. I mean, I watched back my video so many times. My son watched it today and was like, dude, that was perfect. The adrenaline. I mean, when Taker came out, the music hit. I know I went on and on with my brother for about 3 hours talking about
none of us called that
before Mania, and he kept going on and why Stone Cold should come out. And I was like, dude, he shouldn't. Like, and I think Undertaker was a better choice. I look at Stone Cold and The Rock as equals, but I've never been a Dead Man fan, but I look at him higher than them, right? His character was always above everybody's with the darkness and the whatever. And I think that was perfect. Man, I love this match. It was just gave me everything to desire. All the people I mean, when Cena came out, people was like, Cena. I was like, nah, Cena ain't really coming out. Is he? I know he said he was free, is what they said. And when he came out, I went crazy. And then The Rock came out walking all slow as the final boss should do. And it's like, technically, The Rock's above Cena at this point. You know, Cena's come back and just been losing. So I feel like everybody was placed where they should have been. And finally, to its only Cody and Roman. And they had a good match between each other. And he get the 1, 2, 3, bam, 1, 2. And I mean, we went crazy. Listen, this is what we wanted. I think majority of wrestling fans wanted this. I get it. There's some Roman fans that was just delusional, like my brother. And I get if you're a fan, but don't be delusional. You know what I mean?
You gotta do what's best for business.
You gotta do what's best for business. And I think the whole people thinking, oh, he should keep it so he could beat Hogan's record. Mike coined it best. He would still be number 3. And I said that to my brother before the pay-per-view, and he was like, what do you mean number 3? I was like, bro, you getting about Bob Backlund? He's like, oh, it's another person? Yes. He's not you just want him to beat Cody so he could be number 2? And he wasn't
number 3.
Anyway. Anyway, I'm almost exhausted just replaying this in my head, and I can't wait to watch it back on TV because the energy, psychology, they did it. They had the right amount of people. I don't think it should have went overboard, and like some people wanted too many people when I was hearing people describe it, and I'm like, no, the Sting. And I'm sorry I got to keep bringing it up, but the Sting Triple H thing was perfect because it was everybody from one team and everybody from another team, and that's all you needed, right? So this was like good. Now, what does Undertaker got to do with this? Absolutely nothing. So we could criticize that, but I think they needed somebody to be above The Rock. That was what he put in there, right? He was above The Rock as far as story scripts. Like the Undertaker is the dead man, and so who else could put down the final boss and don't care? He ain't getting fired. He's the dead man. So. Hats off. I will have to say I was happy I was there to witness it. The fireworks going off. They did cheese us on fireworks. This is probably one of the least firework Wrestlemania ever, besides them being in the warehouse. So but that's all I can say, man. Whew,
so
energy. Take it away.
So I'll put it out there to anybody watching this is thinking about getting into wrestling and either becoming a wrestler themselves or a promoter or a booker. Watch this match and understand everything that went into it as far as overbooking a match, but making it make sense. Doing a slow build. Yes, this match was anything goes. It was bloodline rules, but they didn't have to bust the weapons out right away. Cody pulled the table out. Roman put it right back under the ring. He dictated the pace. He pulled out the kendo sticks. They kept the weapons minimum. Cody went to hit the Crossroads Trinity. He got one. Here comes Jimmy. Jay comes out to shut him down. He goes for the Crossroad Trinity again. He hits two. Solo comes out. Cena shuts him down, which there was a funny ass, somebody put it online and said, Cena's music played, but he didn't show up, but it scared Solo so much he flipped through a table. But I thought that was hilarious. But of course, Cena comes out, shuts Solo down. Here comes The Rock. The Rock comes out. I think the only thing I would have done different, I would have had Stone Cold come down to shut down The Rock. But when Rock and Stone Cold started getting each other's way, then that's when I would have had the dead man come in, choke slam The Rock. And then when the lights went out, I would have had everybody gone. Just Cody, just Roman, all the shenanigans, all the players, poof, disappeared. I think that would have been bananas. And the one thing I'll critique too is the Undertaker. I'm not used to seeing him in like the jacket and the beanie. I think he should have come out as the dead man. But be that as it may, this match was very well crafted. Beautiful ending to the story. It was a very, very nice way to pay off all of that story we've been telling with Roman Reigns. And this, the gripes I have about this match are just minuscule. Like this was a very well told story, and I can't be happier for Cody, and especially hearing the story about Bruce and Triple H and Nick Khan finding the watch that his dad pawned off so he could go to acting school, presenting it to him, and hearing the story about how Cody asked his dad if he could have the watch, and Dusty told him, the day you become a world champion, I'll give you the watch. They hunted that watch down, presented it to him, man. It's like how you can't root for Cody Rhodes after hearing his story and seeing everything come together the way it did.
The Rock gave him?
No, huh? The Rock. See, I was gonna get into that. I was.
All right, save it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, but I think as far as this match, it's perfection.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. Like the match was, it was great. Like being there, it was so hype. Like the whole thing. First of all, the Cody entrance with Brandy coming out was dope. Roman with the kids choir from Philadelphia, whatever, the kids band. I thought that was pretty dope, and how they played him in. Roman wasn't like peak shape as he's been in like in a few years.
Right.
Also thought that Roman doesn't do a lot of moves in the last like 3 years, but he actually did more moves than he's done in several years in this match. So I kind of feel like between the documentary, all of it, I feel like Roman was like, okay, I'm about to go away for a while. So he put it all on the line. Like he did a perfect plex. I'm like, oh shit, look at Roman or whatever like that. So I was like, that was dope. Going into the crowd, coming back in, the calls, still the Michael Cole and Pat McAfee going back and forth was cool. Cody hitting Roman hitting the Crossroads was crazy. That was dope. And then Cody hitting the spear. Like I love that part of it all. I did like the Jay and Jimmy was kind of predictable, obviously, but the move though through the table was crazy. Solo taking out Cody, it felt, oh my god, deja vu, right, at first, but then you had Cena come down, and then Cena not only took out Solo, he also gave Roman an AA like on the way out. So I thought that was dope too. And then put Solo through the table, and Cena was like, yo, like I saw an empty table. Like that wasn't like a part of the match. He was like, yo, the table wasn't broke yet. I'll break it now. Like I thought that was pretty cool. And then Rock coming down, with the Cena like getting all psyched up, the stare down, but then real quick Rock bottom. You're done, Cena. That's it. Like we done with you. That's like a final boss move. And then, like you said, man, like Stone Cold at that moment, final ball standing there by itself, Stone Cold with the glass shattering would have been the crowd would have went crazy, bro. I'm telling you right now. But the dong was crazy too, with Undertaker, and I didn't like he was in like a cat burglar outfit. I agree, but it was still good. Choke slam, and then the ending. 3 crossroads, get the win. The celebration was crazy too. If you were there, it went on a lot longer than on TV because we were there. Obviously, I don't know how long you guys stayed, but I stayed for a long time afterwards, and the celebration was pretty cool. I loved it all, man. So I say 5 stars to me, 5-star match.
TPG.
Give me a second here. Okay. I like this match quite a bit. I thought it was great. I think the stuff with Cody and Roman was great. Here's the thing I didn't like. Yeah, again, this is something I've warned people about. Interferences. There was just one too many. And I didn't like the fact John Cena touched Roman. To me, what they should have done is had those guys come in and be like, hey, we're taking care of everyone outside of the 2 guys. Those guys are killing each other. We're killing everyone else to stop everyone else from interfering. That's what I would have done. But overall, yes, I am very happy Cody Rhodes won. But now I'm worried about something very important, and that is the follow-up. What do you do now? That's what I'm worried about. Because now the story's over, so the question is, what comes after that story?
So I think that plays into the question that Cowboy asked me about what Rock handed Cody. The most interesting theory I've heard, and it kind of plays into something I noticed last night on Raw. We didn't even see Seth Rollins at all.
Seth's gone for a while. He's hurt.
Yeah, he didn't come out. He didn't say nothing. So I'm thinking, before
in the chat, he's probably going to be gone for 4 or 5 weeks.
So to work that into the story a little bit, what The Rock said was, you don't even have to open your hand to know what that is.
Right.
Before WrestleMania, Cody had special watches made for him and Seth. They were one-of-a-kind watches to commemorate their tag team match. I'm thinking The Rock handed Cody Seth's watch, and they're going to play it into the storyline about basically like a Joker Jason Todd thing. How, he's, everybody thinks he's dead, but the Joker had him kidnapped in a warehouse the whole time, brainwashing him. I'm thinking The Rock's going to have taken Seth Rollins out of the picture, and I think it'd be an interesting story.
I'm trying to imagine that in my head.
Do
you smell what The Rock is cooking, Seth?
Well,
you don't get it.
Let me let Sandy give her a thing about this match before we get too far away.
Yeah.
Y'all did all the talking for me. I love this match. I think it did everything and beyond what you thought it was going to do. Like, John Cena showing up and The Undertaker was amazing. Loved it. In person, it was hype. Like, everybody was like, oh my God. Like, it was amazing in person to be there for this match. I can't wait to replay it back and see it like how y'all saw it on TV. But in person, this was really, this topped the night off. This was amazing. And I'm really happy Cody finished the story. Roman put, like Mike was saying, he put all the moves in, and it was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, I mean, it was just really, really good. I think they played this one out the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you watch Roman, Roman versus Brock or Roman don't do a lot, but this time I feel like he did a whole lot more.
Well, you know what the thing is? This weekend he did a lot, but it's funny, but because he's with The Rock and The Rock can't do as much, Roman usually have somebody doing more than him. But Roman had to play the part where he had to actually do more than the other person.
But he did it well. Yeah.
Right. And he did a great job. Push, pressure to him to have to do more spots, more moves, and he did a great job. Remember on night one, he was doing, I was like, damn, look at Roman with doing moves he ain't never do. So that was
That was really cool.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. Do you want to, we're supposed to be doing this thing at 8. It's 8:06 now. Do you want to just push it back, or do you want to push it to Thursday?
Let's just do it Thursday. I want to eat. Maybe we can watch wrestling.
All right. So I know Reaver popped in, and I was gonna mention this earlier. So if anybody was gonna come to adult community game night. Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, we're gonna do it on Thursday. So I hope you guys are okay with that. So
I mean, it's Mania. I mean,
yeah.
So
and then
Can I
tomorrow,
ask a question real quick? Anybody else? Do y'all feel it's the best WrestleMania ever? Like they saying? How do y'all feel about that?
No.
I think
it's up there.
So I think the matchups was really good, but I don't think it's the best WrestleMania ever because some of the matches just was kind of lackluster. The best WrestleMania ever, you probably wouldn't even have the Bobby Lashley match on the card because if you look at it, you got to look at it as a whole. So earlier Sanchez asked me, he said I should rate each match. I don't want to rate each match. I want to look. Well, no, I want to look at WrestleMania as a whole. So both days included, and I feel like for it to be the best ever, then it couldn't have no weak spots, and it just did have some weak spots. But some of the matches was good, but they could have been. But we could all agree they could have been better. Like this ladder match. Come on, there's way better ladder matches. Way better. So for it to be the best ever, it would have to. Everything would have to be running on its optimal peak. You would have had to not have like this. Some of those matches would have been pre-show matches. They would have been pre-show matches. They wouldn't have been on the card. So
I feel.
Like,
sorry.
The best WrestleMania for fan service.
Yeah.
I feel night one was a solid 6.5, 7. It was average, but it was fun. But night two kind of blew everything out of the water. I don't think you had a bad match on the card on night two.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I think night one was like a 5. That it was like the Jimmy and Jay brought it way down for me. I'm gonna lie to you, like that bothered me a lot.
That's the one match that
yeah, and also thought that the Black Girl Magic match, it was like 8-minute squash match, so it wasn't like it did what it's supposed to do, but it wasn't that great. And then I look at Rhea and Becky, which was good, but then Rhea and Charlotte was so much better last year. So when I'm looking at the whole card, yeah, I think 39 was better than 40, honestly. But the main event though, is at least top 5 main event in my opinion. The
main event, yes. Honestly, the main event by itself was just amazing because for them to tell a story that long and actually give some people what the majority of people what they wanted and the way they did it. I just think honestly, them having night one end, at first it was like, damn, they're gonna steal somebody's spot. But the fact that they did steal somebody's spot made it the main event, and the implications of the winners, and then for it to spill over into this. I mean, they did me personally, I have to watch back the Seth part. That was the only part I was like, what? But I guess when I watch it, because somebody wrote in the chat, which I kind of didn't want to know what actually happened. I wanted to watch it and be like, oh. But the Seth thing, I just all of a sudden I seen him laid out, and I was like, what the hell happened? So I never knew what happened kind of to now. But other than that, and I'm sure when I see it, I'm like, wow. So probably one of my favorite matches. When you put everything together and what was on the line. So, but yeah, this for me couldn't be, best Mania ever.
I was gonna say, I would say I don't do number ratings, but I do grade ratings for pay-per-views. And this is probably gonna be controversial for some people out there. I give this a B-, but just as the whole show. I think night one really dragged some things down. And I was like, oh god. And yeah, Cody versus Roman was great. Seth versus Drew was great. Basically the big matches were great, but everything else in between was just kind of yeah, cool.
And if I was sitting out there freezing night one watching that Uso match, I'd have been so mad. You would
be like, I want a damn refund. But yeah, it'd be like I say a B-. That feels about right.
I think a B- isn't bad though. That's not
bad, but it's I kind of feel it's kind of weird because when you see that fan footage of Roman and Paul Heyman having that moment, I'm like, is this the last we're seeing of Roman? Because
they were adding up a lot. They had his tribute. They made sure they put that out there. They made sure he inducted.
Roman's taking a long vacation, guys.
I mean, he deserves it.
And there's rumors that his leukemia's come back too. So
that's
he
clarified that
he did.
he's on medicine for that, but it's nothing like where.
Yeah, he said he's good.
Yeah.
No, he clarified that. He said it.
But okay, so let me ask you guys this. And sorry if I'm dragging the show out, but I just want to ask this question to everyone. If this was Roman Reigns' last match, at least for the rest of the year, do you think this was a good match for him to walk away on?
This was a hell of a good match, especially because his other matches he do nothing but people cheat. So these 2 days.
Live by the sword, die by the sword.
No, these 2 days was great. I mean, he did some of the most wrestling he's done
in years.
In years. So yeah.
So can we also say that the bloodline is officially dissolved?
No,
I think it's done for a while.
I don't know that yet.
I don't know about that. Like they might do it without Roman as a thing, but
the problem with that is that Roman was part of the big part of the bloodline. What you got now? Solo and Jimmy.
I'm more wondering what happens to Paul Heyman.
Yeah,
that's my point. I think Heyman goes with Roman. The kid you're talking about, Fatu kid, he's going to NXT. He ain't going to the main thing when he comes in. So it'll be just Solo and Jimmy. So that's not really bloodline.
I think I know what Eric's about to say. I just want to throw out my idea real quick here. Paul Heyman, Drew McIntyre, next paper against CM Punk.
I think if Paul Heyman comes back and it's not with Roman, he's going to side with Braun Breaker and start building him up.
CM Punk or Drew McIntyre.
Something about Jacob Fatu. He did sign with WWE this weekend. Whether he goes to NXT or the main roster, he also posted a picture of his dad, the Tonga Kid, and Haku, which is Tama Tonga's dad. So there's a little bit of rumblings there to see if Tama Tonga is coming in. I think them two would make a hell of a little tag team there. And Jacob and Zilla Fatu. Zilla Fatu has also hinted that if he came in, they would form like an anti-bloodline to kind of feud with the original members.
So you're a big wrestling fan, like wrestling. I'm people just WWE fans. They don't know who these people are. So they can't come in and go to the main roster.
They know who Haku is. They know who the Tonga Kid. He's Rikishi's brother.
They don't know who. Right.
So, Big Mike, let me tell you something right now.
They've been WWE wrestlers, WWF wrestlers.
Let me tell you guys right now, Big Mike, you don't have to watch AEW anymore because it's not a wrestling show. It's run by children that have no fucking control.
Listen, keep the console wars off of here, man. We don't have to
console wars.
That's
all.
I think they had to build.
That's a fact.
I think they had to build Solo up on NXT before you can bring them up on the main roster. Same we probably gotta do with these Fatu and the other ones because they don't know who they are. So they like, they're new bloodline. Nobody gonna care. I'm sorry to tell you this. Honestly, I think the bloodline's about to be done. The thing is, if Roman take too long to come back, like here's the thing. I think it ran its course. Like, what else do you do? Rock's gone. Like, nobody's here to keep it. And honestly, it's remember when Jay left and how silly the bloodline seemed when it was just Roman and Jay acting all stupid and he technically wasn't part of them, but he was. And they was like, I don't know if he is or not. Solo still don't speak. Like, honestly, I feel like you might as well just let the bloodline be done and not make it watered down because they're going to bring these new people you don't know. They're going to, they would have to like jump everybody, be some new NWO, make people be afraid of them. I just don't see you getting these new people we don't know. And without Roman or The Rock or Paul Heyman and people even be afraid of these guys, it's going to have to at least be 6 of them.
We don't got 6
of them. Like, I just
can't wait for SmackDown.
No, I can't wait till y'all see these boys work because you're gonna know who they are as soon as you see them.
I agree, but it'll take a little while. And also, he made a point, Anthony. Roman, Rock, and Heyman are the best talkers in the bloodline, right? So these other people like Jimmy and Solo, for example, like they don't talk that good. So it's like the bloodline was good because of their promos too. They barely wrestle, to be honest with you. It was their promos that made them good.
And not everybody that comes in has to go straight to NXT either. Because look at Braun Strowman.
They even sold. They even shot themselves in the foot by not even letting Jimmy win.
Right.
Well,
That's
you
what
don't
I'm
even
saying.
still got Jimmy could be like, well, why the tribal chief is gone, or it's some storyline to pull Jay back. Like you even lost out on that.
You could
Solo
easily have.
don't talk, and they stopped Solo from being a monster because now he loses every match all the time, which they really messed up with that too. So what are you gonna do with that?
You can easily have the 2 or 3 new members come in and slide in there and just immediately get in Jimmy and Solo's faces, and y'all are dropping the ball. Y'all are embarrassing this family. Get out the way. We're going to show you how it's done.
But I don't think people would care. That's I think Mike has a good point.
The
Like
bloodline is done.
Yeah, bloodline's done. It's done.
Well, like I said, that they were talking about coming in, the potential of coming in, and they weren't talking about joining the bloodline. They were talking about forming their own to feud with the bloodline.
I mean, that's cool, but that'd be like a mid-card story, maybe. Like nobody cares about it.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah,
Well,
I mean, they could do that. Yeah,
everything's got to start somewhere.
We're no longer in the Vince McMahon era. We're in the Paul Levesque Triple H era.
The Hardys,
the
Edge and
best
Christian, and the Dudley Boys were mid-carders until you threw them in that TLC match. I mean,
okay, good point. I mean, I think the Dudley stayed mid-carders, to be honest with you, but that's a good point.
Like now that Roman's leaving, because that's pretty much what's going to happen. Nobody's going to have an interest in where the bloodline's going.
I agree.
And I was a Roman Reigns fan, like, you know what I mean? Like,
but here's
Roman gets to get out of the picture, like you said. Who's going to talk for them?
So here's the question I have for everyone now: who is the selling point for SmackDown now? Because it was always Roman.
It's Cody Rhodes after the draft.
But Cody's technically a Raw superstar.
Hold on, stop. First of all, that question can't be answered. In 2 weeks, there's a draft. So it don't even matter to bring up that question. That's not even a question. In 2 weeks,
it's all gonna change.
Exactly, everything's changing. So don't even.
But where do we think everybody's going
with that question?
I think Damian Priest is going to stick on Raw, but Finn and JD are going to SmackDown.
I think Judgment Day all goes to
SmackDown.
I think Bailey comes to Raw.
Listen, we could always get back before
Bailey
the
and
draft
Cody come to
have
Raw.
Draft predictions, but I mean.
Yeah.
You know what though, real quick,
over there
I'm
looking hungry.
I'm gonna give my reason real quick. I know I'm hungry too. Because Raw is getting bought by Netflix, they might keep Cody on Raw and put Priest on SmackDown.
That's a good point.
The hell are you eating over there, Energy?
Red beans and rice.
What you got to eat that you just showed us?
Got some red beans and rice.
That's what I had for dinner last night.
Yeah.
Listen, we might just have to get Popeyes. Love red
Nothing
beans.
beats homemade.
I'm about to get off this.
Wait, you guys want spinach?
Later, Mike.
Well, all right. Hey, Mike, thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. Mike, this literally was your work. You literally said it to me, so I appreciate you bringing it up to me. Like, hey, we got to do a recap. So I appreciate that, man.
Had to, man. But always a pleasure, guys. Energy, TPG, Sandy, of course. Always a good pleasure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go eat. Definitely, Mike.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And Mike, we gotta get together outside of this, man. We don't live far, so.
Let me know, man. Let's do it. I'm cool.
Yeah, before you move to Florida.
We should probably go to the movies.
Yeah, before you move to Florida, we gotta do it.
Definitely. Yeah.
TPG next. Alrighty. See you later, TPG.
All right, Mike.
Deuces.
Man, this was cool energy.
Yeah.
Wow. I you know what? I just love wrestling.
I love hearing everybody's different takes on it, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what happens. We don't write none of it. All we do is have opinions. And I know me. I can't speak for anybody. I'm gonna watch whatever they give me. I don't think I'm ever gonna be that mad at wrestling. Be like, I don't. When you hear some people like, if this doesn't happen, I'll stop. I always watch wrestling for it as a whole, and I have my certain people I like. And so when they're up, they're up. When they're down, they're down. So
it's like Triple H said just the other day. As long as they keep it fun, I mean. What more can we ask?
Yeah, so I mean, listen, they could keep the bloodline, not keep the bloodline. I'm in it for whatever WWE throws at me. It's my fandom. It's my it's just something I love. So, and it's cool that she loves it with me. So at the end of the day, it's literally like the one thing we watch every single week. Like since we started dating, we've never missed a Raw or SmackDown. It's ridiculous to think of that. Like we've never missed a Raw, and I've been watching it before her and I dated, and I just seen every pay-per-view, every Raw, every SmackDown. So for me, I'm locked in, and so I look forward to whatever comes next.
And see, for me, way back when, I used to watch it religiously. Every Raw, every SmackDown, every Heat, every ECW, every WCW, every TNA, every New Japan. Like, I was into it. And then I just fell out of love with it. And for a while, I just didn't watch it. I would check in on my guys, you know, I would check in on the Usos. I would check in and see what Bray Wyatt was doing because I always thought he was interesting as hell. You know, I had people that I would pay attention to, but something told me to start watching it maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago. And I got back into it. And now here we are, you know, we're having these conversations. You know, all of us that were on your stream today, we all watch the same show, but we all have different interpretations. We all have different takes. We all have different things we would have liked to have seen, different things that we were happy that we did get to see. We all experienced it from different angles, and it was interesting, like bouncing ideas off of each other. I mean, that's what it's all about, you know.
And then tomorrow we'll get to assume the position as we do We Wrestle Wednesday. So I mean, season 10, episode 1. Yeah.
Holy hell.
Wow.
That reminds me, I got an idea I wanted to run by you. I was going to save it to GM Day, but it's been rattling around in my head. It's just something to kind of mix things up a little bit. I wanted to bounce it off of you and see what you thought. I know we'd have to put it up to a vote and all that, but
yeah. I definitely got some stuff for GM Day that I obviously could only be one GM or maybe two at the most. So I want to throw it out there and hope some people steal some of my ideas. But yeah, man, we definitely could talk about that. But yeah, we're gonna get something to eat. And Energy, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
You. Yeah, man. And you know, so wow.
And I think it's cool your wife listens in the background.
Yeah, she loves watching you guys, and she likes getting involved with stuff. Like I said, she doesn't hammer too much, but yeah, she was doing the little happy dance when the Undertaker came out. Because who called the Undertaker being there? Right. I didn't see us. The only person I saw mention the Undertaker, he didn't even call it. It was Simon Miller from What Culture. After night 1, he was doing his ups and downs in the middle of the street in Philly. He had a whole crowd around him, and he said something about, he was talking about the main event for night 2, and then a light started flickering in the street, and he was like, oh, the lights are going out, like the Undertaker's going to show up or something. But other than that, I heard nobody say shit about the Undertaker all week leading up to it. And then boom, you hear the gong hit, the lights go out. My wife's doing the happy dance because her favorite wrestler's the Undertaker. So Energy. She was, man.
Tell Huntress to show up this Thursday at 7 p.m. for adult community game night.
If we can, we got to work that night. So depending on the timing of, so we might be asleep when y'all start or something. But if we can't show up, I'll see if I can talk her into it.
All right. Well, look, man, I hope you have a good night. You kind of got me. I didn't know what I want to eat, but now that red beans and rice might make me want Popeyes.
When y'all get down here, we got to cook a pot because nothing beats Mama's homemade. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. All right. Well, But anyway, Energy, have a good night.
All right, y'all too.
Definitely. Guys, so with that being said, whoops, I just cut myself off. Bam, there we go. Definitely good. Went to WrestleMania. Oh yeah, this was hype. It was dope. Good stuff. I don't even know what else to say, but guys, thank you for watching. Sorry that we didn't do adult community game night, but we will be here Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern, and it will be crazy, funny, hilarious. Tomorrow, I'll see you guys for We Wrestle Wednesdays, and it's my birthday weekend, so I'm gonna be in Atlantic City for 4 days, 3 nights. And so I'll be recording the whole thing, and we'll be probably eating like crazy because that's what we like to do. And it's going to be fun. So I'll definitely have a lot more videos for you guys to see. And I thank you guys for just being a part of this wild ride. I especially want to thank the people who watch the vlogs. It's just me and my crazy life and my family and stuff. And you guys could just skip those, but you guys watch the vlogs and you get to see what happens in my life behind the scenes. So I just always want to take my hat off to you guys for that, to be honest. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, my birthday is this Saturday, April 13th.
It's getting old, man.
Whatever. But
2 years from 50 now.
Yeah. So with that being said, thank you guys. And now your mama knows. Write that down.
I'll make you famous.
Because I'm a cowboy. Oh, man.
And now your mama knows.
Bruce, unleash the baby god dragon.